front runner. I swear to God, man. Oh my goodness.
Which NBA players are the biggest front runners? Which NBA players are primed to have the biggest breakout season this year? Today, we will talk about which players do we think will go from whatever level they're at to the next level and essentially, well, take their game to another level. Also, we are going to do our MIP predictions, and it's not necessarily the same thing. You might be thinking a breakout player is going to be an MIP player, but a player like Evan Mobley, for instance, if he has a breakout year, he probably won't get most improved player. Player like Paolo, a player like Scotty Barnes, probably won't get MIP, but they can be breakout players and take their games to the next level. So let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. What's up? How y'all living today? Oh, and by the way, the show is brought to you by Splashsports and the good fellas from the Seattle Mariners. What's up, y'all?
Shouts.
Y'all don't seem to be in a good... Damian, what's up? You seem to be in a good mood today. How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's 1 a.m. here, so I just found a spider in my shoe not long ago, so I know it's about to be a good show.
What kind of spider? It's like a good luck spider down there?
Yeah. We look for spiders and snakes in our shoes before we put them on. We build different.
I need to take a picture of this. Chills my jersey people.
Y'all are built different.
Hold on, is that like? Why'd you say
pretty
it's
much
be a
Chill Flash jersey?
I've sworn off of ever going to Australia in my life because I'm pretty sure like there's about 10,000 things there in my room that can kill me.
Yeah. That are harmless, by the way. That are harmless.
Totally harmless. Yep.
It won't bother you. But a spider that's this big, that's
boom slang, totally harmless.
But you're welcome here anytime.
They're not all. It's not that bad, and it's beautiful in Australia.
Speak for yourself.
On a bucket list, as a matter of fact.
Man, I've seen one. I seen one steak in Australia.
Yo, y'all seen Wolf Creek? I ain't ever going to Australia. Nope.
I was in the gym one time and like with the ball rolled, like kind of like in a dark area in the back of the arena, and I went over there to get the balls. A spider about the size of my hand over there.
Where was this?
In Australia.
That was like what city? My bad.
Oh, in Perth. And they was like, that's just a baby. What?
Did you start petting that cat?
Come on.
Did you offer some snacks?
I typically mind my business, right?
Hey, Damian, you be walking your spiders, your pet spiders?
Nah, no spiders.
By the way,
I got some dogs though.
This I don't care if Australians take this offensive or not. Vegemite is the worst thing that's ever been created. It sucks. It tastes terrible. It smells terrible. It looks horrible. I mean, look, chill. I was at a college camp, right? And this dude, nice dude, he pulled out like this spread of Vegemite and put it on his bread. And so I'm sitting here like, we're using butter and all that stuff. And then I remember he put on like some on the bread, and he was like, "Go ahead and taste it, bro." It was bitter. Wasn't chocolatey, it looks like chocolate. It don't taste nothing like it.
Nah. See that's what you went wrong.
On the worst things that you've ever some of the worst things that you've ever tasted. Swipe on some of the worst things
for the buildup. For the buildup that it had, it's easily towards the bottom.
Nah, but you got to have it with butter or cheese. You can't have it by itself like that, straight up. You got to ease into it.
But you understand, why would I have something that I can't have on its own? I can eat butter with bread. Or like cheese with bread, but then you got to eat cheese, bread, mayo, hot sauce with the Vegemite to make the Vegemite.
Nah, but you
better.
get there. You have to ease yourself in with the butter and cheese, and then you get it straight up out of the jar.
Damon, tell the truth though, because I'm under the impression that y'all don't even like it. Y'all kind of just eat it as like a thing now, like we're supposed to eat it.
Yeah, it's Nutella or chocolate. It's Nutella or Vegemite here. I like both, but you're either in one camp or the other. A lot of Australians don't like Vegemites too. Like Swiper said, it's too harsh, man. Sometimes you gotta have the palate for it.
Man. Nutella is amazing.
But somebody in the chat's like, you gotta expand your palate to have Vegemite. I feel like I eat a lot of kind of food. I mean, I really like traveling and eating. Vegemite just sucks. Like, it's not even like I love a lot. Vegemite is just not it.
Baby steps.
Is it worse? Did you have it in Ox when you were in Australia?
I tried it and I took one bite and I'll never try it again.
See, and Ox a very open person.
Yeah, I eat a lot. I eat anything, and I usually try anything twice. But that's one of those things I'm never trying again.
You guys better come down. I'll show you.
Mars, where does the beans and toast rank next to Seattle food.
I don't have a problem with beans on toast. I don't know what I get of all the British food that's horrible. I don't know why beans on toast is the one that Americans use as like British food.
Because the
there's so much terrible.
Yorkshire pudding.
There's so much history on the screen right now because from I think it was 1788 to like the mid 1800s, y'all sent all your prisoners to Australia, and we be describing Vegemite, and I'm like, I wonder if Vegemite was invented for those prisoners. It's possible.
I'm gonna change all your minds when you come stay at my house.
Nah, but you know the thing about that, like how y'all eat breakfast and it's like beans with the breakfast and like slices of tomatoes and mushrooms. I like y'all breakfast down there in Australia. I eat good breakfast. I like it.
You know what I don't like? The front runner. That's what I don't like, Ox. And it's in the corner. Wait till I see this dude. I swear we are boxing. I'm telling you.
Other hand.
Hey man.
We are.
Hey,
yeah, this one. Yeah, this dude over there in the corner. We boxing when I see him.
Well, chill. You guys aren't making the playoffs this year.
We got smoked yesterday by the Cubs. We ain't lose.
You guys are legitimately not about to make the playoffs.
And for the record, this is the same Mets team that Seattle just came to see us about a month ago, and we mopped y'all.
And you know who we are? And you know who we are? We're the same team that's about to get a first round bye. Hey, Morris, we're so good. We're not going to play in the first round.
Don't lose to y'all got the Rockies, right? Don't do it.
You know something funny? This is how interesting baseball is, Moss. Put this on your mind. Imagine the Miami Heat, who is in the Southeast Division. Imagine the Miami Heat winning the Southeast Division and going in the locker room and popping champagne. Because that's what they just did. That's exactly what they just did. They won the AL West, and now they popping champagne. Only to get bounced in round one. Bounce like this right here. Get your ass out.
You can't celebrate your little victories. You can't.
Hey, Morris, would you rather make the playoffs and lose in round one? Or just
we making the playoffs though, Ron.
Be in the playoffs and then fall from all the way from the top or all the way just out.
You're asking the wrong person.
A colossal meltdown.
You are absolutely asking the wrong person.
I'd rather not make the playoffs.
Are the Brewers winning the title this
See?
year?
Didn't get back on defense. Same guy. Just like he's like, if I can't score 100 points, I'm not getting back on defense. It's just like an all or nothing mentality with Mars, man.
Really quickly, Culture, do you know my history of being a Mets fan? The reason why I'm a Mets fan is because in 1985, I fell in love with Darryl Strawberry. All my friends were Yankee fans. They loved Willie Randolph and Ricky Henderson, Don Mattingly, guys like that. I dug Darryl Strawberry. He was the reason why I started watching the Mets. And I've been a Mets fan ever since. Now, unlike you New Yorkers who everything's got to be bright lights, the Mets wasn't really that good at that time. I jumped on the train. We end up winning the World Series. I've been with the Mets ever since. You Yankee fans, who I hate, by the way, and I watch the Yankees specifically to watch you lose because the Yankees are that team. The Yankees are that kid in school who he doesn't just want his girl. He wants your girl. He wants your girl. He wants your girl. And every time you guys fall flat on your face, I love every minute of it. You guys might be worse than Cowboy fans. Maybe worse than Cowboy fans. I hate everything about the Yankees.
Were you a Laker fan?
Was I a Laker fan growing up?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
no, I wasn't.
Were you a Laker fan when they were winning championships?
Well, I was watching them because they had Shaq. So I mean, that's
and now you're a Celtic fan
because they got Jason Tatum. That's different.
But you hate the Yankees.
I can't stand the Yankees.
You see my point?
No, I don't.
My point
because the Yankees are the evil.
He's from Jersey, dog.
Yeah, I get it. What the hell does being from Jersey mean
in baseball?
Yeah, I don't know shit about baseball, bro.
Yeah, they hate the Yankees. Yeah, they detest the Yankees.
Hey, P, y'all up right now?
Literally,
the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, you got the best team in the AL.
It's raining. I don't care. That's all I care about Toronto right now.
I'm just letting you know y'all winning right now.
From...
You guys have a winning franchise in your city. Just know that. You may be in the wrong sector. Just saying.
Wrong. And we supposed to read all the $20 super chats when they come up?
Yeah.
Immediately.
That was $19.99 actually.
That's $20 out here, Mars. In
Nah,
America,
you missed the bar, bro. Should have gone 1
Not
penny
to mention
more.
YouTube take 40% of that, so that's really not 20.
Yeah, it's
35.
Mr.
Where'd you get that
GQ.
from?
Yeah,
That's really not
Is it 35%?
we'll
Where'd you
see
get
you
that
in about
from?
an hour, Mr. GQ.
Oh, no, I just make up numbers.
Because certain tip systems on some of these larger platforms that I will not discuss. That's how a lot of content creators make all their money. So make sure you send your tips.
All right, well, it's Mr. GQ sent his tip, and Ox wanted me to get to this quick. Swiper, focus, Swiper. Mars, focus. It's Mr. GQ's tip says, the Sacramento Kings are the greatest franchise, he put 2 franchises, in all of sports, and DeMontis clears Jokic. Rolling eye emojis, and Swiper looks like a thumb. Gym shorts.
Okay, first of all,
Fascination with my gym shorts.
Thanks, Mr. GQ.
What's the fascination with my gym shorts, you think?
I think it's
Like-
probably the low angle.
Low angle, the camera's up high, like it's at eye level. Like this,
It looks like it's at knee level.
well, that would
Swiper,
make
can
sense
you-
because the angle would be underneath. So that's just, incorrect.
Swiper,
just
can
from
we,
like a
can
lens
we see your
standpoint.
last gym picture? Can you put it
My
on the
last gym picture?
screen? Yeah.
Sure, I went to the gym yesterday, didn't take no photos, videos. I went to the gym the other day. I did, but I just didn't post. Not the best time in the world to be posting, about like stuff that's not super important right now. Well, Ox, the video that
I
he
think
made
the
a
gym is
comment
very
on was the
important.
last Friday. That was the one where I was, free ball 365 and then went straight into it.
That was. See, I think Ron commented on that, and I actually kind of had your back. I was like, Ron, you might want to get out of here.
Yeah. Shouts. Shouts.
So now you can't encourage your friend?
What?
So
Yeah,
now
that's
you
what
can't be encouraging of your friend? I can't be motivating?
You do.
Um,
Not you.
You need, Swipe. I kind of, this past week, I kind of put the weights down and really kind of just got on my heels. You know what I'm saying? Running heels. Stuff like that. I'm feeling that right now. Yesterday, I did some heels yesterday, but today, oh no, I got chill, so I'm not gonna go to the gym after this. I'm gonna just get back outside, do some more heels and stuff like that. I'm
Y'all
feeling that
tripping,
right.
man. Get on the treadmill, put that incline on 15, turn that
Mhm.
2.5 to
I
3
just-
on, do 20
Swipe,
minutes.
I feel that workout sometimes, but I just really don't like the treadmill. I'd rather just get outside and get that
But
road
here's the
work.
thing, y'all. You got to devise a plan, y'all. Get your iPad, download a show.
Mm-hmm.
I finished Andor season 2 this summer, 20 minutes at a time. I was locked in, Ron. I'm talking about. There are episodes where I would go for 30, 35 minutes, especially towards the end of season 2.
I can't do it.
But it's
can't
not
be
the
on
same.
treadmill.
Nah,
It's
I
not
mean,
the
but
same
you-
on treadmill
I
and
can't-
outside.
I can't
Yeah.
run and watch
I did
TV
15.
show.
Yes, I did 15 last night. Swipe. I did 15 on 3.54, and it started going up. Man, I was gassed.
My
Mhm.
thing,
Gas.
Swiper, like
I was
I got,
listening
I
to
got
thinking
the,
basketball
I
while I
got
was doing it.
I got the high school stadium right here, so I just go hit the
Yeah, I love
stadiums.
that.
Get up and down in the stadiums, or like I got it's a crazy hill on the way to the park. Like
They got a turf
so-
field too, like the football field.
Yeah, but I'm not like I'm not on there. I
Right.
like to hit the stadium, go up, hit the stadium, run around, get 4 or 5 laps of that. That's about 2 miles. I like that. That's work.
Pin.
That's what we need to
was you
do
running
next
on?
PC weekend. Go ahead.
15 incline. So
Fif-
I did the track.
Yeah, it goes
So
up to
like
it goes up to
3,
18 on the most standard.
5, 7, and then I did 15 for like a solid 5 minutes. I was gassed, dude. Like my
that
lungs.
incline put you
I
down
mean,
quick.
I just want to sit. I'm glad I'm doing podcasting sitting down.
Well, I work, but the thing is, if you do your cardio before, and this is how I was too, Ox. I always wanted to do cardio for lifting in college. I hated lifting and then doing cardio. I want to do something I like last. I was saying with my homework. I did my hard homework first, and then I did my one I like at the end. I never want to, because bro, getting done with weights and then having to be like, damn, I got to go run. No, I'm good.
Mhm.
I hated that feeling. No, every time.
So,
And then you
I'm the
sweating,
opposite,
you feel
Swiper.
good, you lose, you ready to rock. You know what I mean? Like getting there, you actually.
I like
throw some weight around.
I like to shoot after I lift. I like to get my arms loose. Shoot it out.
You like to break the backboards.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. It's a hard hat area for the first maybe
Ron,
15
how long
shots.
until you got enough money to get you one of them machines that passes the ball to you? What are you, a year and a half away?
Swiper, I don't need
Those
that.
aren't
Hey,
as expensive as you might think they are. Actually,
How much are they?
Hey,
Like,
when you,
they're like
hey, when you
800
shoot the
for
ball, it come back to you. Chill, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
When
you
shoot
talking
the ball,
about
right
the one?
back
You talking about the one
Hey,
that
hey.
roll?
Hey, you walk it right back to you. You just gotta shoot it right, and you gotta make sure your spokes is right.
That's how you got to flick that wrist, swipe it.
It'll
Come
come
right
right back.
You know
to
what would be a dope invention? Like a 6'6" robot defender.
Just get a friend that's 6'6" to play defense on you.
No,
That's really-
but that friend cannot adjust up defensive levels. I think it'd be a great invention.
They have
That'll
those,
exist in
but
like
they're
a
just,
year.
You know, did you see you haven't seen in Japan the one they got
Yeah.
that roll around getting a perfect jump
Man,
shot now?
swipe it. That robot, you're gonna hit a move on him. You're gonna break the robot's ankles. He's gonna get up and beat your ass.
And then the robot can go back home with his little AI. It's gonna fix his body, come back Terminator the next day.
He's not gonna be able to handle
people
the
think I'm playing, y'all. This is not a conspiracy pin. We are legitimately 25 years. Ron, am I lying? Especially in Seattle, we're 25 years away. 25 years away from actually having like AI like assistance like in people's homes. I'm not even that far away. Like y'all
I ain't gonna be there.
I think it's really important to get ahead of the ship before you get
iRobot's
really
coming,
far,
y'all.
before you get really far behind it. Like I know there's like a little bit of resistance to it. Like it's taking my job. It's this. There's a lot of vilifying it, but it can actually help your life in a lot of ways too. It can make a lot of menial tasks a lot less annoying, frankly.
People with disabilities for sure too.
Absolutely, that too. You know, it makes life a
AI
lot more
shit.
accessible.
But the problem is that now you got.
Sure, you seen the movie, the one with Megan Fox when she was the robot?
I'm not.
what was that
Yeah, I
called?
did see that.
What's that called?
I know you backtracked that scene a couple times, Ox.
What scene?
It was a scene. It was a whole movie. The whole movie.
Yeah, but
He was good
Only
in that.
movie I seen with her robots
Subservience.
was Transformers.
Subservience. Yeah, I remember that movie.
Hey, I'm still
Yeah.
on Transformers.
She freaked out at the end.
I ain't even.
But look,
Man,
hold
she
on.
got
But
I
I'm
didn't
saying,
know how
but-
to feel, Ox.
But think about it, y'all. There are already restaurants
She's not
where
really a robot.
they've
so
hired
she kinda
machines to
looked like
flip
a
all
robot.
the burgers and cook all the fries, and they're
And take your
nonstop.
robot.
So they've already replaced in a lot of
Really?
these low income restaurants. They've already
So you didn't
replaced
know that?
workers.
I did
No,
not know
income
that.
restaurant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, bro.
it's a lot of places where they got machines making burgers.
It's just the arm.
That AI thing, it freaks me out, man. I'm just not, especially when you can manufacture people to say certain things and you can make up things.
Small
that
boxes. Preach it.
This is your
The
worst
biggest
nightmare.
issue with this, y'all, if you haven't known, you can look up
I
at
don't
your
got a
local
problem with
data
robots.
services. They take up
I don't think I'm modern
communities
enough.
communities amounts of
burgers
water.
either.
They take up fresh
No.
water. And
Who
all
takes
these
up fresh
communities
water?
that-
Like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
So
Basketball.
the data servers for like all these
Yeah.
AI companies, like what you see Grok and all that, they literally have farms. Like they have data
Yeah.
farms that take up
Mhm.
more water than the local cities that are around them. So they're actually like huge climate issues, and especially like in a lot of underserved communities, because that's where they typically the land is cheaper. So they'll literally buy up like acres of fields, build these AI data centers, and then they'll literally take up fresh water that could be powered and used by multiple cities within the area. So like it's actually a huge toxic waste. But that's one of the underdeveloped stories about like kind of what's happening with AI and all that kind of stuff.
It's out there, Swiper, but you know, like money talks. Or,
Money talks. All right, that's the thing. Hey, Ox, you know what? Just something you big on. That's the Ron. Money talk. Ron has done a lot of strange things for money. So you just imagine if Ron will do it. Think about what America will do to get $1 billion server built. They just turned one down in Indiana, by the way. That was going to supply over 6,000 jobs over the next several years. They just turned one down in Indiana because we just don't want that up here. So shout out, man.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Speaking of doing strange things for money, hey Mars, you remember that one episode we was up here? Good times, the good times. But anyways, y'all, I get the feeling that Chill, Mars, and myself is ready to talk ball today. So let's get into these breakout players that you guys think are going to take their games to the next level. Fellas, this first part
Why
has
did we get excluded?
Because we were talking about robots, man.
Fellas, this next part
And then
has
that
no...
bot changed the subject. Go ahead.
All right, the yappers are done. I'm telling you, what's going on, guys? You ready to talk basketball?
Let's do it.
Hey.
That's what we here for.
So, hey, this has no size to it. No one size fits all. This is not cookie cutter. Any player can be chosen for this. Superstar, upcoming star, rookie, whatever. Who do you guys think will have a breakout season?
It's not a myth, Mars. It's not a myth.
Don't believe in.
I'll go
Chill,
first,
you want
Ron.
to kick things off?
Go ahead.
I had said to you guys earlier that there are some teams that I was going to watch this season that I was going to pay particular attention to, and one of them was Utah, and the other one is Washington. I'm really looking forward to Alex Sarr this season. Y'all know how I feel about him as a defender. I think that defensively, I think he could be one of the best defenders in the game. I don't think he's at Evan Mobley or Wemby. I don't think he's at that state yet, but I do think that he's going to be one of the elite defenders in the game. I watched him a little bit over the summer, and it looks like he's getting stronger. His stretch game looks like it's getting better. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Alex Sarr is going to do for Washington this year. I think that I could get – I think it's possible that I could get a double-double guy this year.
That's fair.
Alex Sarr?
Yes.
And this is your breakout or most improved?
No, my most improved guy is Josh Giddey. I think Josh Giddey's going to average close to a triple-double this year, if not a triple-double. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Damien, who you rocking with?
I've got as a breakout guy the Thompson brothers, but particularly Eamon Thompson, just because Fred VanVleet not being there, it's got to be him or Reed Shepherd, right? That's taken up that slack. The ball's going to be in his hands more. I don't think he's a natural creator, so I think he's going to have to learn on the fly. But his production and his numbers are going to improve because Fred VanVleet's not there, obviously. So I've got him, and I think the Rockets are going to be good as well. I think that helps guys. If they're on a roll and he's got the ball in his hands, then man, he could go all the way and win most improved. It could be that type of run. So I've got him down as a breakout guy. But I've got a lot of these guys.
Mars, you said something yesterday about like, somebody will talk about somebody and you thinking to yourself, damn, am I missing something with this guy? And I remember us having a conversation about Dyson Daniels and Herb Jones, where I wasn't really paying much attention to Dyson Daniels like I should have. What am I missing with Ausar? I know I'm wrapped up in the men. Like, what am I missing with this kid Ausar? Because you speak really high of this kid, and I feel like I'm missing something with him.
I think just because his brother's better than him, he's going under the radar of how good he is. I think defensively, I'll say they're equal. I think they're a lot closer on defense than people seem to acknowledge because of men have the partial breakout last year. But I think because Ausar, and I think this happens to a lot of players, because Ausar is so much worse offensively than the men, his overall game, his defense, I think, gets slept on. And it applies to a bunch of Rudy Gobert as like the prime example. Bad offensive player, his defense gets underrated. I think that's kind of the case with Ausar. Plus, he wasn't there the whole season because of the blood clot. So he just wasn't present the whole season. So you just didn't see him the way you get to see him and Thompson. And then
he fell apart.
It's tough. But I think Ausar, he's one of the, depending on who you define as a wing, he's one of the 5 best wing defenders in the league, in my opinion. So
that's
is he better than Dyson?
I think he's a better defender than Dyson.
I think so too. I think he's I don't want to use the word obviously. I'm very comfortable saying Ausar is a better defender than Dyson.
What's the separator between those two, Mars? Because if it's not close, right? Because when I think about,
I said I don't want to say it's not close.
It's his rim frequency. So basically,
let me rephrase that.
It's the rim protection stuff.
I was about to say, let me rephrase that.
I factor in rebounding into defense. So the rebounding stuff, the rim protection stuff. There's some plays that Ausar can make. This applies to a man as well. But there's some plays that Ausar can make that, like, because of his physical tools, no one else could make those types of plays. Where either he's in rear view pursuit and he's able to recover, or he jumps and you think he's out to play, but then he can jump again and get a contest. Like, there's certain things that he's capable of doing to people that Dyson can't do, but like anyone really can't do. And then in terms of just like the fundamentals of defense, his lateral quickness is second to none. His motor is second to none. The only issue I kind of have with Ausar defensively is some fouling issues. I think people kind of overreacted to that series.
That's because he's young.
But like in general, he does have some fouling problems. He will get a bit handsy. He is aggressive targeting the ball, but he's also really good at forcing turnovers. He's not Dyson Daniels in that regard. But like Dyson notwithstanding, Ausar might be like top 5 at forcing turnovers. So like he's really elite at like borderline every aspect of defense, while having physical tools that no one can really match outside of his brother. So I'd put him in a group with Amen, J-Dub.
Caruso.
Kamara.
I would put Caruso a guard, but Caruso would be in that group of caliber. Tamani Kamara, OG Anunoby.
Is he
He's
Guys,
does he have
Barnes.
Drew Holiday like that
Herb
good?
Jones.
Can he be that good?
Yes, he could be that good, in my opinion.
Look, I watched Dyson in a scaled back role in New Orleans for a long time, petitioning for every team in the league to trade for this dude because he's great. I think I'm higher on Ausar as a defender than I am on Dyson. I have more concerns about him offensively than I did with Dyson because at least Dyson has like some guard skills. I think Ausar could be like a really amped up Draymond Green with like way more athleticism. Like there's maybe not quite that level of creation and, you know, passing touch and stuff, but and his efficiency has been not the greatest, but like as a role cutter, like I could see him, okay, like in his prime, I could see him being like 14 points per game on just back cuts and transition with like the best defensive wing you've seen in your lifetime.
So I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna run down some names for you because I'm not sure if Ausar is a top 5 wing defender because I think Lou Dort is a top 5 wing defender in the league.
I considered him a guard as well. But yeah.
But I mean, when I think about guards, I think guards they guard on the wing, and that's what I think about when I think about wing defenders. I don't think that you just covering a point guard or anything like that. You guard on the wing too.
Yeah, Lou
So I
Dort
think
guards
Lou
everybody.
Dort. Yes, I think Lou
He
Dort.
does. I'm just making it clear what I meant when I said wing.
Sure. So I'm thinking about perimeter defenders. How about that? So I'm thinking about guys on the perimeter. So I'm thinking about Lou Dort. I'm thinking about Amin Thompson, this kid Kamara, J-Dub,
Jaden McDaniels.
He was actually
Herb
my
Jones. He was hurt last year, but Herb Jones.
Yes,
Herb Jones for sure.
And I don't think we talk. And Ox is huge on this guy. I don't think we talk nearly enough about OG Anunoby as we should. OG Anunoby is one of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and I think Mikal Bridges is going to be better this year under Mike Brown.
Sure, I'm not OG for 7 years in Toronto. I promise you, Ausar is better defensively at the same age. I promise you, he's better. It's not close. It's not close. OG got a lot of value.
I think Ausar is better today.
I agree. Here's the thing. Like what Ausar can do is, we were talking about it yesterday in the Hall of Fame group, is like there has to be some sort of value ascribed to just not having a bad defensive matchup. He doesn't have bad defensive matchups. There really are maybe a handful of centers and a handful of point guards that can give him some trouble. Beyond that, he can guard 97% of the league. That is a cheat code for a defensive coach. Right? Is I can switch him on to anybody. He can guard.
Can I say the same thing? But can I say the same thing about OG Anunoby? And on top of that, the size with him. I think that's a separator because
but his motor is better than OG's. Like that's the difference. Like OG's got a great motor. Ausar got like a different motor, but OG's managed to find a way to do that motor stuff without fouling as much as Ausar does. Also, his rim protection numbers are just way better than OG's have ever been. OG's a decent rim protector, like a very decent rim protector for a wing. Ausar might be a decent rim protector for a center. So it's different. Like I don't know. Like when I watch 15 minutes of Ausar Thompson play basketball, it's hard to scale up what he would do at 32 minutes because energy, defense, fouling. He can't play 32 minutes right now. OG can play 40 minutes. So yeah, OG's better, way better. But per minute, like if I just need to unleash somebody to stop your star player, I'm taking Ausar.
Ausar has a long way to go offensively, especially, which is why. Yeah.
Yo, Mars, what breakout player are you looking at as somebody to take their game to the next level?
I think it's very obvious who I'm going to pick. He's out in Phoenix, wearing number 4.
God.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going to keep picking him until it happens. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to pick him when he retires. I got Jalen Green. Yeah. Do I need to explain?
Please, Moss, because absolutely, because I heard how you felt about him during this season. That just
I think listening, they had media day yesterday. Listening to the things Coach Jordan Ott is saying and the things he's trying to emphasize, spacing, pace. These are 2 things that lend to Jalen Green's game. You give him enough space, you play with enough pace. That should create some easy opportunities for him. Although he's one of the most athletic guards in the league, he doesn't maximize that by playing in transition to the degree in which I think he's capable of. If Phoenix are emphasizing that should help unlock him. Listen, and I also think one thing that went under the radar, and if Phoenix are trying to play with this level of pace, Jalen Green shot like 40% on catch and shoot threes last year. So there was an improvement in terms of that ability. The issue was he shot 31% on pull-up threes. So hopefully we can scale some of those out of the shot diet and get more catch and shoot opportunities.
Below average in the mid range. You made sure to let me
know. Oh
that.
Yeah, but then this is why it gets to the point where I've seen Jalen Green's workouts in the summer this year. I've seen them last year as well. Last year they didn't pay dividends. This year, with a projecting a breakout, I gotta say they gotta pay dividends. But I'm just listening to Jalen Green talk, and he spoke a lot about what his terrible playoffs taught him. And it was the emphasis on the in-between game. Him emphasizing that he's worked on his floater, he's working on his mid-range jump shot, and being able to counter defenses that are basically playing his drive. Because his issue last year was he kind of had one speed going downhill, and if he broke the three-point line, you knew he was going towards the rim, and he didn't have the ability to absorb contact and slow down and decelerate and find counters.
Sure.
If he's emphasizing that ability, I'm watching his workouts. He is playing with more pace. He's trying to dissect pick and roll, blah blah blah. All of that adds up to hopefully a more productive, more efficient Jalen Green. In terms of numbers, I don't know what that means for Jalen Green. I'm not saying he's going to average 28, but do I think he can be Phoenix's second leading scorer on
20 last year, something like that?
Hovering around league average efficiency, slightly below, slightly above, depending on 3-point variance? Yes, I think that would be a successful breakout season for Jalen Green. So yeah. I
want you to stay right there, Moss, because everything that you said about Jalen Green makes a lot of sense. But my question is because Phoenix has been such a dumpster fire over the last couple of years, what's up? What is Phoenix doing to suggest that they can maximize Jalen Green off all of the stuff that you just said? Because I'm thinking about their coaching staff. I'm thinking about their personnel. These are guys that are also trying to get, I got guys on rook deals that are playing for new contracts. I also got a Phoenix team that doesn't really have a lot of direction at this point. We're really just trying to figure it out. And in the process of us trying to figure it out, you want to maximize Jalen Green into becoming this breakout player. Same logic with Josh Giddey. But what is it about Phoenix that suggests that we can maximize Jalen Green at this level that you're talking about?
Well, I think they have a direction. It's going to be athleticism and youth around Devin Booker, who's obviously their franchise guy. So it's going to be playing fast, playing hard, moving the ball. That's something that Jordan Knox emphasized a lot. A lot of player movement, a lot of ball movement. No stagnant offense. Everyone's involved. Everyone can handle. Everyone can be versatile. And you look at the roster they've built. They're trying to have rim protection on the court at all times with Mark Williams and Kamal Malawach. I don't think Nick Richards is very good, but he's another big who can be in the rotation. And then you got athleticism with Jalen Green, Ryan Dunn, the defensive identity with Ryan Dunn, Dylan Brooks. Devin Booker is, in my opinion, the second best two guard in the league. And then you have guys who are able to knock down shots, whether that be Grayson Allen, Colin Gillespie, Kobe Breyer, if he is in the rotation. Like, their direction, I think, is fairly obvious. They're not trying to win a championship this year. I don't think any Phoenix fan or anyone in the Phoenix front office would tell you that's what they're trying to do. But they are trying to create an identity. And I think Jalen Green fits that identity. I'm not saying they're building the identity to cater to him, but I definitely think he fits the identity that they're trying to cultivate, especially if, like, in theory, Jalen Green fits the identity. And in practice, based on what I saw last year, there's a lot of question marks there, but in theory, he fits. And in reality, he's going to be their second guy on offense. Jordan spoke as such. I think Devin Booker spoke as such. They're going to be two combo guards alternating ball handling responsibilities.
See, that's where that's the thing that I'm concerned with when you're talking about the youth movement. When we have the youth movement, I feel like we have guys who are specific at what they do. But when you're talking about a guy in Jalen Green and then you're talking about an older guy who still is the franchise player and in his prime in Devin Booker, I feel like for what you think Jalen Green can do, which I'm on your page with that because I think Jalen Green. But I think I think he'd be much better suited. Like if he was running with Josh Giddey, all that stuff that you're talking about, I think he'd be so much better because he's absolutely the two guard that they're looking for. Absolutely. But I've always seen Devin Booker play better off the basketball. I think Jalen Green plays better off the basketball as a two guard. So because of that, I think these guys could possibly be bumping into each other. Not necessarily like Keystone Cops. We don't have any idea what we're doing, but in the sense that Jalen Green's trying to get somewhere. Devin Booker is already there, and it can be a bit of a clash.
Booker can be a point guard though, and also to this point,
can we give him the ball?
Yes,
can we give him the ball?
He said he enjoys being a point guard.
He does, and he's come a long way. Like, in college, he was definitely more of an off-ball guy, but he got in the gym. He did a lot of development. He had a very, very great assistant coach that helped him cultivate some of those point guard skills, and that's the same assistant coach that helped Desmond Bane cultivate some of his point guard skills. And it seems like this year, both those guys are going to be running point. I will say this: do you know the last time that Dylan Brooks was on a team that finished below 500?
Below 500 is the Grizzlies at his first year when they got his first pick.
Pretty much. 2019, 2020, when the Grizzlies finished 34-39. That's the last time Dylan Brooks has been on a team that's below 500. The dude just drives winning. Season. He's an annoying player. He's very inefficient, but something about that dude,
he's productive.
His personality is very strong, and he gives his teams like a very strong dog mentality on defense. He may be a little bit overrated. Notice he never came up in one of the top wing defenders, but his defensive intensity and focus, it bleeds onto his teammates. I think they might be decent, but by decent I mean like 33 wins.
Yeah, like they're not trying to win. They're not trying to win.
37 last.
That's not the I'm not measuring, and I think Matt Ishbia said something similar. I'm not measuring Phoenix's success based on how many games they win this year.
Well, thank God for that.
Like, it's not like they can win. Okay, 21 games would be like drastic, but like they could win 32 games. They could win 33 games and
still get better
if their guys are developing and you see the progress that Ryan Dunn makes offensively, or you see Oso Iguodala and his feel for the game and he's able to play a more meaningful role. You see Rasheed Fleming as a rookie be able to contribute. Or you see Kamal Malawach be an impactful rookie center, which is a hard thing to do in the NBA. Or you see Jalen Green give you, for box score reference, you see Jalen Green giving you 23 on solid efficiency. Like, that's the right direction for Phoenix. It's not, can they scrape 41 wins and get in the play-in? Like, that's cool. Like, that would be great if it comes alongside the development of their young guys. Not if they're able to scrape in because the West goes through an injury crisis and you don't actually see the development of these guys. So it's more about the process for Phoenix right now. And I think
a part of me,
that's why they got a young coach and everything. Like,
will Matt Ishbia stick to this youth movement though? How long are they willing to steer this out? Because I mean, first of all, I like the idea. I don't like the pieces though. But I'm open to reimagining what Jalen Green, with the most talented player he's ever played with, to be completely honest with you. He's never played with a player better than Devin Booker. Booker's the best player he's ever played with. So if he really, if getting traded has kind of shifted his focus, he also doesn't have a long-term contract, Joe. He signed a 3-year deal. So he's going to be coming up for a contract extension. Pardon?
He's got
next year.
2 in a play.
Not this season. Yeah, I think next year it comes.
This year his contract kicks in.
Yeah,
right.
So after next year,
so then he got 2 more years after this year. But he can't just fall off.
Right? Yeah, because he wants another contract. Absolutely.
Exactly. And this is a bet on yourself, situation. That's why you don't go for a 5-year deal. So he's got a lot of vested interest to continue grinding his game, and I think he could be potentially pretty decent. I just I think people who are worried about Jalen Green and Devin Booker, how's that going to work? I think you might want to think about it from the other end of defensively, that's a pretty hard duo to stop in the backcourt. Neither one of them are super small. Both of them are very aggressive scorers. Both can get downhill. And if both can be also 3-level scorers on solid efficiency, that's pretty tough. And then you got defense all around them.
Hopefully can get back to playing some defense this year too. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Swiper.
Yes.
Swiper.
Yep.
I would like to ask you next. Which players do you think my bad. Which players do you think are going to make a splash in the NBA next year? If you know better than Swiper, better than Chill, better than Mars, better than Ox, better than Penn, probably not better than Damian, but if you know this is where you need to go so you can make a splash in your bank account right here at Splashsports. The link is in the description, or you can scan this QR code. Splashsports will allow you to compete against fans, not against the house, because that is what amateurs do. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the screen. We got some picks that we're rocking with today. And as you can see, this is Splash Sports Quick Picks. Now, the Quick Picks on Splash, it's their new peer-to-peer DFS game where you pick more or less on 2 or more players. And then you get matched with other players that have the same buy-in or the same pick count. Now, as you can see right here, Jackson Dart will be making his first rookie start. I think that is an easy less. Then we got Jordan Addison, 42.5 receiving yards. We're going more on that. Jared Goff. It's Jared Goff, so we're going to go less. And last but not least, Lad McConkey. They are rolling. The Chargers are... They just making it happen right now, and they're playing against the Giants. So we're going to go more with that. Swiper, you like these?
They're not bad. Yeah, they're not bad.
I'm sorry. You wouldn't do it, but
No, it's good. It's cool. It's cool. Good. Yeah, good job. Good slip.
Right. Did you put something together?
So we're still confirming. But right now, if I had to do 3 weekly pick'ems for this week, the easiest one you could do is Buffalo versus New Orleans. It's in Buffalo, mind you, and they're a minus 15.5 favorite. So I mean, they're gonna roll through that. They might not be that big of a favorite when it comes game time, but I feel very confident about that one. I think another game that you might be willing to look at is if you look at the Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. The Texans currently are 0-3. They're facing basically playoff elimination this weekend. If they do not win, they more than likely statistically will be out of the playoff run. And so they cannot lose this game. I would take the Houston Texans in that game over the Tennessee Titans. And then also, lastly, Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. I do think it will be a good game. I do think Dallas will show up. But again, no CeeDee Lamb this weekend. Green Bay coming off of a terrible loss in which they were opening the win with 10-0 lead over Cleveland, and they end up losing 10-13 off a blocked field goal. I think that Green Bay comes back for its money. So I got Buffalo, I got Houston, and then I got Green Bay going into Dallas and getting a win.
Y'all, once again on Splash Sports, it is a new game that we are playing. It's called Quick Picks. And when you play Quick Picks, we will match up to $50 in what you put in the pot when you use code players. And that's for new users only. But once again, we will match up to $50 and you will get a 100% boost on your first entry. So go ahead and go over to Splash Sports. Be like me and choose the right picks. And then we'll all celebrate tomorrow.
Ron, show that QR code again, Ron.
Yeah, show QR code.
This one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Usually they like to click the link in the bio. That's what you guys like to do, right? If not, here's the QR code. All right.
They got QR codes for that too, Ron.
Right.
Go ahead,
right.
brother.
Swiper, breakout players. Who you think?
So this one's a little bit of a shot in the dark, and I understand that. But for contextually, because of what the team is going to need, this player's entering his 3rd year. They need better point guard play. And if you look at the development that he had over the last half of the season, and if you look at his ascension from year 1 to year 2, I think there's a good opportunity for Anthony Black to be the breakout player in the NBA next year. And one of the reasons is if you look at his profile, he's a 6'7", 6'6" lead point guard. He's a primary ball handler. He's actually a really good defender, especially given just how young he is. And from a skill set standpoint, he's everything that the Orlando Magic need from a guard. He's a dude that is supposed to be a good pull-up shooter, good off-ball shooter. He's somebody that can create and play, make, and penetrate off the dribble. And this is something that will work well. Mo Wagner will be back this year. They'll have Wendell Carter Jr., Jonathan Najik, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner. They will have a squad. I also think having both Jalen Suggs and Desmond Bane to take the primary defensive matchup with him as the lead ball handler in either one of those situations, I think it's going to be really valuable to him. If you look at some of his numbers on a one-on-one score, he's one of the better guard one-on-one scorers in the league relative to the sample that we have from him. And on top of that, like I said, like he's a good shooter as a whole. But his value really comes from the fact that, and we talked about this up here before, y'all. He's a good defender, and especially in the Orlando Magic system with Jamal Mosley, if you can play defense, he will play you. And I think that his skill set with the development into year 3, I wouldn't be surprised this year, y'all, based on the increase in growth from him, if he's around 12 to 13 points a game, and then he's going to be averaging, right around 3-4 assists, But I think the efficiency hopefully goes back to what it was his rookie year. His rookie year, he was shooting 39% from three. Then he shot 31% from three last year. If he gets a lot of that rhythm back, y'all, I think that he could be a special player in the Eastern Conference and also be the reason why we're moving the Orlando Magic from tier 2 in the Eastern Conference to tier 1 to take on the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So my money is going to be on Anthony Black.
Swiper, I think that when in the early 2000s, when somebody told you that Gilbert Arenas, Baron Davis, Steve Francis, right, guys like that, that's the future of the lead guard 20 years from now, you would have scoffed at that because the lead guard was still somebody that was traditional, that was getting off the peel. He wasn't really that much of a scoring guard. He scored the basketball, but this is the future of the lead guard. I think that Anthony Black, Amen Thompson, you guys fight me on this a lot. Amen Thompson, Anthony Black, Josh Giddey, that size, that 6'7", 6'8", I think that's the future of the lead guard. I think that's what we're going to see within the next 10 years. Like the league is going to be littered with guys like that are primary ball handlers that basically conduct the offense. They might not be knockdown long ball shooters, but they're respectable enough that they can keep defenses honest. They're great downhill guys, and your offense is being constructed through them. I think that this is the future of the league. I thought, and I know that this was a little early, because I know how you guys felt about Jalen Suggs. I was thinking the same way I feel about Amen Thompson. That's how I was feeling about Anthony Black. I was like, I want to give this kid the ball. I know how you feel about Jalen Suggs, but I want to give this kid the ball.
But my question would be, do you think he's going to play enough? Because they also signed Tyus Jones. And is he better than Tyus Jones? Would be my question in the second unit.
Yes.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
I think he can be. I think he's got some work to do. I like Swiper. I like all your points. I like the playmaking. Yep. I think the Orlando Magic really struggled with their offense. If they can have someone that sets the table a bit more, I love that. But Tyus Jones can also be that guy. Less size, but will he get enough minutes? It's a pretty crowded backcourt now. It's a pretty crowded backcourt.
To the context, so he increased from 16 minutes to 24 minutes last year. I do believe, based on year 3 projection for him, he's going to be sitting at about 28 to 29 minutes per game this year. I think, obviously, with the expanded development of his game and the efficiency getting back where it needs to be. And I think also, too, something that is going to sneakily help him is having Desmond Bane being a combo guard next to him that has shooting ability and pull-up ability themselves. So I think one of the things they struggled with is how do we find a way for Jalen Suggs not just to grow in his own development as an offensive player, but also they were hoping Jalen Suggs can manufacture offense because they needed someone else to do it. I think Desmond Bane slots in to be already one of the better 2 guards in the Eastern Conference next year. I actually think he's going to have a much better season than people realize. He was better than Ja Morant last year. I talked about this at the end of the year. He had a better holistic season than he did, and obviously a lot of that had to do with Ja, with the health and everything else. But defensively, offensively, he was really sharp. And you put a grown up in the locker room like that knows how to play basketball, knows how to play playoff basketball. He's already going to be one of the real veterans on this roster with playoff experience. I think that Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, and Desmond Bane will be one of the best trio guard units in the NBA because all of them are at least B-level defenders. And I even think Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black, like Jalen obviously at the top, Anthony Black for me is already going to be like number 2 on that list in terms of on-ball defense. And then on top of that, you add the pull-up shooting with him. He has a very trendy 21st century guard game. The problem is, and I think to your point, James, is that he didn't have the opportunity to do it as much last year. But that had a lot to do with the roster, I think, and then kind of where he was in year 2. But if you ask me, I think that he's going to have some of these games, y'all, where he takes off. And he's going to be everything they need from a scoring guard that they've been looking for.
Which leads
30 minutes is a lot. That's a lot of minutes.
You 28. I think 28. Yeah, 28.
I think he'll get around that though, Ox. You gotta when you look at the roster and you just look at the guards, like he gotta play. You have Tyus Jones, you got Jalen Suggs, which I don't know how much they want Jalen Suggs playing the point guard. And on top of that, I don't know how many minutes Tyus is gonna play. But also, I do. Here's the only thing I do want to say: they have so much roster flexibility. Honestly, they could put Paulo at the 5, Franz at the 4, and they could run 3 guard lineups, and it's not really 3 guard lineups. They could play Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, and Tyus if they wanted to. Anthony Black's big enough to guard. He's big enough to guard 3s. Jalen Suggs is big enough to guard wings.
You'd have to put Jonathan Isaac. You'd have to put Jonathan Isaac at the 5 for those lineups. But you could.
I'm just saying they got the flexibility to do it. Like I more so can see them doing like Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black.
I just want to know where all the Anthony Black shooting is coming from.
Anthony Black was one of the worst offensive players in the NBA last
You
year.
said where
And this
shooting
was-
is going to come from?
Yeah, well, because you brought up Anthony Black's shooting
Yeah,
ability.
he regressed from
4
year 1 to
times.
year 2. Yeah,
But he couldn't shoot. His shooting was his concern coming into the league.
Yeah, so
I've
it
seen
took
His
nothing to
mechanics.
There is
his
a-
mechanics
there is
are
an
I've
great.
seen
8%.
nothing to indicate that.
yeah,
he's
there is
a
an
shooting
8% drop off from where he was the year prior, and I think some
But
of that
even his
played-
rookie year, it was 39% on like.
yeah
team
1.5. Yeah,
Team
it wasn't a lot.
tearing.
And I also too, I don't know how much that increases, but I do think, Mark, would you agree at this point? I think with Anthony Black, maybe similar to Julian Strawther, because Julian shot 29% his rookie year, shot 34% last year. But if you look at the shooting mechanics, like I think he has like shooter in him. I think Anthony Black has a higher level he can get to as a shooter. But I think some of this is just going to be about like he has to obviously do the work in the summer. But when I watched him last year, there's a lot more potential, like from an outside game standpoint with him. But I think a lot of that it's just thinking through the process of the game and like how do I actually understand what's happening on the floor around me. And I do think the lack of shooters also hurt him. So I'm hoping that with Desmond Bane's present there, that will help him to be able to get into a better place as a shooter and working on some of that stuff on a half court setting.
See, Swiper, that's the thing with a guy.
Definitely more
It's like when we were talking about Josh Giddey last week or the week before, whenever that was. I'm not really tripping off Anthony Black not being a knockdown 3-ball shooter. That's not really a big deal to me. I think Anthony Black's a really good player though, and I think he'll definitely get some more minutes, and that's why I was saying last season, even before, get Cole Anthony and get Markelle Fultz out the way. Like they didn't need them, and obviously they listened and got them out the way. But I think that was a good pick, Swipe. I like Anthony Black regardless of his ability or inability to shoot the 3-ball. But
if he makes
he does have to beat Tyus Jones out for that.
Anthony
spot.
shot
Low on
30% in
Tyus.
college from 3.
Yeah, he got
Julian
it back.
Strawther shot 40% in his last year from college. Even Julian as a freshman wasn't anywhere near as bad
And that's
as
not
Anthony Black.
fair, man. Guys who
No,
aren't.
yeah,
some
he's a
Yeah,
shooter out of college.
it
It's
matters. Chill.
not.
But
Why
Anthony Black doesn't have shooting priors to show. So,
He's never
in my
been a good-
opinion,
he's never
to
been a good
justify the
shooter.
level of
Right,
optimism.
there's no evidence.
Number
There's no
one-
evidence early.
No, there's
suggest
no
that he
evidence.
can be-
Period.
evidence-
I watched
there's no
him in high
evidence right
school.
now.
He's not a good shooter. He's never been a good shooter.
It doesn't
Look,
have to be.
I
though.
don't look.
That's a different conversation.
Here's
But
the-
Swiper's selling point with Anthony Black, part of it.
I don't think he's got to
The
be a
last
knockdown
time the
shooter.
Orlando Magic were an above average offense, Dwight
Yeah.
Howard was in Orlando. Okay. This is a team that consistently for over a decade has been
We're above
really
average
bad offensively. Here's how you become even worse offensively and negate some of the benefits of having Desmond Bane. You put the ball in the hands of a guy who can't shoot. You put the ball in the hands of a guy who has no pull-up jump shooting threat at all, can allow the defense to sag back, cramps the paint for your downhill driver. Anthony Black is just okay. Look, I loved Anthony Black coming into the draft. I really did. I had him top 5. Okay, his defense is not nearly as great as I thought it would be. His offense is so much worse than I thought it would be. So the idea of him playing 28 minutes because it was 24 last year, I'm sorry, but I think a lot of that has to do with injuries and necessity. Paolo was injured, Suggs was injured, Franz was injured. You add all those players back, I don't think he cracks 15 minutes a game, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. No.
So does that mean so we may be moving? It sounds to me like we may be moving on.
So the category, mind you, for the audience is breakout and potential breakouts and situational breakouts. So based on need and based on talent level, this is a projection. So with that projection is, I actually think Anthony Black has a good bit more offensive upside than the both of you do. But again, we'll see if he does. I've seen
what
enough
does he do well?
from him. What do you mean? What does he do well?
He's a good passer.
He's an okay
and
passer.
good ball
He's not a great
handler.
passer. Is he a better passer than? Is he a better passer than Desmond Bane?
No.
Is
What
he a
does
better
that got
passer
to do
than
with
Jalen
the
Suggs?
breakout? Well, I mean,
Maybe
Well,
he might be a better passer than Jalen Suggs.
I brought up the Jalen Suggs manufacturer. They were trying to manufacture offense.
He probably is a better passer than Jalen Suggs, to be honest.
And Jalen,
Yeah,
and
that's-
they
yeah.
weren't good with Jalen doing it either. So I think some of this is they have to get another.
But Jalen
development.
Suggs isn't a point guard. That's why.
Right, but Paolo
Yes,
is a point forward. Franz has a lot of on-ball juice, so you don't actually need this traditional set everyone up point guard because you're just kind of grab it off the glass
I
and
disagree.
go, and you got 4 initiators. I think you could play point guard by committee. I don't think you need to have a traditional point guard, and I think they put 5 first-round picks on the table for Desmond Bane partially because that's how they want to play. I think the only way, the reason you got Desmond Bane is because you need space for Franz to drive and for Paolo to operate in the post without teams having a very easy switch down or double team. I think Anthony Black complicates that because it kind of negates the effect of having Desmond Bane out there. And putting Desmond Bane off the ball, you're putting the ball.
I don't know if it negates if you have 4 options. I think
well, if you put the ball in Desmond Bane's hand,
because the Celtics are very similar. The Celtics have Tatum, Brown, Derek, and they had Drew, and that was what made them what they were.
Name the
like
player
they need
who's
more
a bad
options.
shooter in that group.
What do you mean?
Drew Holiday was not a great shooter.
Drew
Holiday
and Jalen
so
Brown
far
were
above.
bad
Yeah, they were not good shooters last year.
They'll still make you
Both
pay,
those
though.
guys, but you can't
Oh,
back.
for sure.
They're not
you can't
comparable,
back
though.
Orlando's
not
lack
the
of
guys.
shooting is very well documented.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
That's why I don't understand.
The offense is very well
this is
done.
a facsimile. That does not mean it's an exact copy. The idea is that you would have 4 separate ball handlers, including Anthony Black, and if you have 5 of them, Paulo at the 5, Franz at the 5, with Jalen Suggs, and that creates the diversity of the angles in which you're attacking a team. I think Anthony Black is good enough, and hopefully projection will be good enough to be able to make that work and excel. I have talked about Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero, among forwards, graded out very high as a playmaker and a passer last year among forwards. I think he also still needs assistance and help to be able to do that and to actually lead to a positive offense. I think Anthony Black's ascension is going to be key to be a part of that for the Orlando Magic. And then on top of that, Anthony Black with Jonathan Isaac, Anthony Black with Mo Wagner, Anthony Black with Wendell Carter Jr. He is going to have to be able to have some ability to help elevate the offense, projecting that he will be able to grow in year 3 and assist them in the way that they need. That is a part of it. Tristan DeSilva was another one that I could have went with here, but I just think that Anthony Black positionally had a little bit more window to do that, but I did think about Tristan. Either way, I do think one of those players is going to be the one to help them take that next step offensively. Well, obviously, Anthony, he has to develop some things, I think, in his game to be able to get there, but that's why it's called Breakout.
Do you think Anthony Black is
Houston,
guaranteed to be in the rotation over Jace Richardson?
I don't
So
think he's
James
guaranteed to
Richardson,
be in the
Caleb
rotation at
Houston,
all.
Tristan DeSilva.
Yeah.
You got
No,
five people.
Caleb Houston's in. Am I tripping? He's not in Atlanta now.
Caleb got
What'd you
moved.
Yeah,
I
he
think
is.
Caleb Houston's.
Yeah, Caleb's not there anymore.
Man,
Yeah.
my bad.
But yeah, because the reason
sure
I
we got
asked,
everybody
I'm not
to
saying
say
Anthony Black's worse than Jace Richardson, but just because of the offensive punch, I think we all agree Jace Richardson's, based on what we saw in college. Obviously, he hasn't done it in the NBA yet. Jace Richardson's a more gifted scorer, offensive player.
He's in Atlanta.
And I think maybe Orlando look for that because he is someone who can shoot the ball at a high level. He can drive closeouts. He can get to the basket. Although he's undersized, he has craft around the rim.
Mm-hmm.
Showed some feel as a passer. And with all the size Orlando's going to have around him, you can hide the fact that he's 6'2", 6'3". So I don't know. It's a lot of guard depth in Orlando. Jace Richardson's 6 foot.
Mhm.
Is that how you measure that?
Well, no,
With or
well,
without shoes?
he's listed at 6'3", but
6'1", with or without shoes.
I think it was with shoes. He measured him very small. Very small.
That's not. But the point of they still have size around him.
He got long arms. He got 6'6".
He's still small. He's smaller than I thought. I thought he was 6.
I don't think so, Mars. Not as a rookie. He's going to have to come out.
6'1".
I don't even think. I don't think it's no way. I was gonna say he's gonna have to come out and show out in the games that he plays, but I still think they're gonna be so few and far between, and so much just like garbage minutes. I don't even think it's necessarily gonna matter. But I mean, I could be wrong. I just think Anthony Black has shown enough, especially on the defensive end and being able to make connected plays, and even just getting downhill, passing, and all of that. His feel for the game, I think he showed enough of that for them to want to play him more.
But Swapper, if we're talking
Sorry.
about one of those guys breaking out, we're having serious conversations about the Magic next year. Like we're having legitimate top of the conference.
We started to be having those. Damn, we should be having those.
No, I know we should.
Aug's high on them
but
regardless.
if you had a
Yeah,
breakout
why
on
should we?
top of that,
They ain't showed us
my logic between Tristan DeSilva, that one felt a little bit too easy, and let me tell you why. I think what Tristan DeSilva did in Eurobasket, very similar to how a lot of y'all feel about how Luka played in Eurobasket or Şengün played in Eurobasket. Like in terms of like you've seen enough, like that they've shown like one, they're in shape and like ready to play basketball. 2, they made developments and improvements to their game. I think Tristan DeSilva was in another category because remember that France team, Riche looks great, Sar looks great, Silva looked great. I don't know if old boy's going to get a job, but Francisco, I don't know if he gets a job in the league at some point. Like obviously when last year Yabusele played really well on the circuit, and then they got him in the NBA. I thought Francisco played at that level where you can get him a shot at the NBA. He played that well. I think if you watch Tristan Da Silva, he made so many key plays for them across the tournament that I thought this dude has really grown in his IQ. His offense looks better. He looks sharper. He looks like he's a grown man. His body's filling out. Tristan Da Silva for me is like next up in that category. The problem is like Franz and Paulo are already such massive figures in the organization. I don't know how much leeway he'll have, but to Ox's point, they have so much versatility that the Tristan Da Silva, Franz Wagner, Paulo lineups, Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bain, that could probably cook all on his own. That'd be a really good lineup by itself, especially defensively. But I do think they're hoping one of their guards could pin, think about the Orlando Magic. They've tried to find a guard for a decade. They've been drafting guards to see if they can find one of them that's going to be that player to help elevate their offense.
The ghost of Jameer Nelson.
They had DJ Augustine.
Yeah, so there we go. That's what I'm saying. So they ever since Tracy McGrady, and then move on to Rashard Lewis and Dwight and Hedo, and then you had Jameer Nelson and all. They haven't had anybody consistently. Like I'm talking about, like at like a borderline star or above.
Respect to Evan Fournier.
No. Evan Fournier was cool too, but he also was like primary shooting guard too. Like, so they just don't have that. They haven't for an NBA that's this modern, where you have big guards that can play, make, and shoot. They don't have that. I think Anthony Black is the closest thing they have to having that. But like I said, that's really
which kind of leads me to my next question, Swiper. That if Anthony Black is what you think he could possibly be, it sounds like we got a third wheel here. Somebody may be the odd man out. Are we going to move off Suggs? Are we going to move up?
I'm sorry, am I taking crazy pills? What's going on here?
If Anthony Black
this is how we feel when you talk about a certain someone, by the way.
Yes,
like
100%.
This is how the
now we all taking crazy pills.
When you start talking about
all-star,
when you start talking about superstar next season, that's how people feel when people say Anthony Black gonna be good. Like the same reaction.
Good. Yes.
No.
To swipe to
21.
Hang on for a second. Yeah, right. He's a kid.
I was high on Anthony Black.
And to Swiper's point, I mean, if this guy is going to take that kind of leap at 21 years old, and develop into the offensive player that you think he's going to develop in, I'm bigger. I can be a respectable shooter. I'm great on defense. I might not be as good as Suggs, but I can be somewhere in that vicinity. I live in the same neighborhood. I might not live in the same house, but I live in the same neighborhood. If I can be that good, we may have an issue as quarterback.
Matter of fact, player's choice group. Could it be made an argument that Suggs' value to the market is higher than his value to the Magic? If Anthony
only
Black
if you get Darius Garland. Only Darius Garland.
But so I think this is what I'm talking about. No, I agree, but I'm saying that like.
I don't see Anthony Black dislodging Jalen.
Right, I don't either. But let's just play along with you. We can just play along with the scenario for the second time. I'm saying this.
Swiper. But before we even play along with the scenario, I would like to get a gauge on where you think Anthony Black is going to be. Because I didn't hear. No, Swiper never said he was going to be an all-star. Jill said third wheel. Swiper never said Anthony Black was going to be an all-star.
Third wheel in the backcourt.
He's not the seventh wheel
on the team.
But Swiper never said Anthony Black was going to be a star. He never said that he was going to be an all-NBA.
He said 13 points per game. He said 13 points per game.
He averaged.
He averaged.
Like Swiper didn't say, "Oh yeah, he gonna leave."
You averaged 13 points per game in high school.
You took 28 minutes per game and made it seem like he said he was going to be all NBA.
He said he's going to be in the rotation and average.
Okay, here's the thing.
He never said third wheel. He never said third best player. He never said anything like that.
Look, I say this respectfully to my own team. Okay, when your team sucks offensively and they make a drastic upgrade to not suck offensively, you cannot then scale up the people who made the offense suck and say they're going to do even more of what they did to make the offense suck. I say this, again, respectfully, as a Scotty Barnes fan, right? Scotty Barnes is so much better than Anthony Black. It's not even funny. But there are some similarities here. They're bad pull-up jump shooters. Putting the ball in their hands makes the offense bad. So you put the ball in the hands of people who aren't good, who aren't bad pull-up shooters, like Emmanuel Quickley and Brandon Ingram. And in the case of the Orlando Magic, you put the ball in the hands of Desmond Bain. And potentially, if Paolo can take a leap as a jump shooter, Paolo Banchero. and potentially Jalen Suggs, who came a long ways a jump shooter.
So what makes
Jalen
Scotty
Suggs
Barnes
has-
this guy? What makes Scotty Barnes
It
this
sounds
guy?
like you're saying just make Scotty Barnes a role player. And I'm
Yes, exactly.
I'm
Because
not-
when I hear you talk to me about Scotty Barnes, I hear you talk to me about Scotty Barnes like give Scotty Barnes.
He
more.
said superstar
Make
next season. That's what he said. He said
Yes,
superstar.
make Scotty Barnes more involved in the offense.
I see.
But
Scotty
now we're
Barnes
going
like
from that.
I see Nafisa
That
Collier.
there's some
I see Scotty Barnes like I see some Nafisa
50
Collier.
point 90?
But to Swiper's
Well,
point,
it depends
to
on the
Swiper's
shot
point,
guy. I
if
don't
the
think
Did you talk
scenario
about
plays
Nafisa
out,
Collier
right?
losing that game versus Mercury, by the way?
It's not that
Damien,
crazy.
to Swiper's point, before we go down any road that we don't need to travel back down.
Keep
Damien,
Fee
to
out of
Swiper's
Scotty
point.
conversations. That's ridiculous.
To
She
Swiper's
lost him a
point,
game.
That's
if
ridiculous.
there's a
He'll
world
never
that
be as good
exists,
as Collier.
if there's a world
As you
that
were
exists
saying.
that Anthony Black does break out. Swiper, to your question, yes, the market would be knocking down the door for Jalen Suggs, right? And the Orlando Magic could potentially move him if Anthony Black turns out to be any type of player close to Jalen Suggs, because Jalen Suggs is a top 3 pick, but he's not an all-star. He's an elite defender, limited offensively, still has some upside, still a young guy. But yes, if that scenario was to occur, the league would be knocking down the door to acquire Jalen Suggs because it's hard to find elite defensive guards in the league.
For 30
Fair
M's.
enough.
But his
All right,
injury
fellas.
history does knock his value down quite a bit, in my opinion.
Fellas, we gonna jump into these crunch time chats, and then Big Ox, I want to hear who your breakout player is. I also want to go back around the room. We got a lot of time today, fellas. This has only been an hour. I want to hear some more breakout players. that
You didn't even
guys
ask me my
believe.
breakout player, and I promise you, I'm not picking who you think I'm picking.
He
Are they gonna play for the
said
Raptors?
that he's gonna get to it, Penn. We did not forget that you was up here, Penn. We gonna get to it. We got you, brother. We did not forget about
Man,
you.
I'm
Don't
saving
worry.
the best for last.
Yes,
And that's
we got
myself.
you. We ain't forget about you.
But let's get into these super chats, y'all. Tupac Westside said, "Morning, folks. Penn, I think D-Book is a decent playmaker, but I don't feel comfortable with him running the offense full time. In my opinion, he's a better secondary playmaker, like how Reeves is for Braun and Luka. Well, that would make Reeves a tertiary playmaker, right, Swiper?
I
would
don't
make him
think
that.
that's how offense has to work in today's NBA. I really don't. I think you've got pull-up jump shooters, you got paint penetrators, you got transition playmakers, secondary playmakers, short roll passers. It doesn't have to be this John Stockton, Karl Malone archetype. You don't have to have one guy dribbling the basketball up the court. And I actually think it's actually to your detriment to have that sort of, one guy does it all. I think the best offenses are the ones that can start in 4 different places. And I think the Warriors' death lineup is showing that. I think the Minnesota Lynx are showing that. I think basketball everywhere thing in basketball. So, Jalen Green may not be he may not be a point guard. Okay, fine. No one's confusing him for one, but he is a capable secondary creator. I think he has some chops in that regard. If you can get a playmaking small forward next to these guys,
With the offense being as unpredictable as it is, I ask you, because we saw the big man like Shaq and Olajuwon and all those guys die off, do you ever see the 3-point revolution dying off the way it is right now?
Hell no.
Or do you see it? So this is always going to be in the game.
Unless they remove
Yeah,
the
because
line.
It goes in cycles.
No. I don't mean that, Mars. I mean at the volume that it is.
this-
Is it always going to be in the game like this?
well, the mid-range shot is already coming back. So you're seeing that like everywhere.
Okay.
Like you've seen Anthony Edwards working on the mid-range. You see LeBron podcasting about the value of the mid-range.
Anthony Black's
You're
get
going to see more value going to the mid-range because that's the spot in the court that's open. And then math turns around to what's most efficient. So, you're seeing guys who are typically shooting 52% from mid-range, suddenly shooting 54, 55, 56% from mid-range. It's like, why? Because we've gone too far. We're pushing guys off the line, so no threes at all costs, but we're giving up these very clean mid-range shots, and then you have like 6-7 guys who are super cheat codes in that area of the court. So I do think the volume can be scaled back. I think the ways you get the volume can be adjusted as the game evolves a little bit more, but 3-point shots are here to stay. I think they're going to get deeper, longer, and the pace,
Focus
the
odds.
unpredictability, of it. And I think a player who can shoot pull-ups from 30 feet is going to be that's the most important player. That player can bend the defense.
Chill, basketball follows the player, not the math. You know what I'm saying?
It follows both.
Basketball's going to continue to follow the player. And when we stop just trying to put people in certain spots, and when we get the hoopers back, I'm not saying that there's no hoopers because I don't that's disrespectful. But when we get the well-rounded basketball players, you know what I'm saying, that are comfortable with the ball, 94 feet this way, 50 feet this way, when you can put them in positions where they're no longer, uncomfortable with the basketball, then you'll have a well-rounded basketball game, and we won't just be
living under the long
spamming,
ball.
yeah, we won't be spamming threes. We'll be spamming basketball.
Just to be clear,
it
basketball
comes
has
in
always
cycles.
followed the math.
We'll be spamming basketball.
Basketball has always followed the math. There was a coach in the 40s or 50s who realized that
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
And no, it didn't.
Yeah,
Basketball.
Oh, damn.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Man.
Well, you know what? I'm a Euro step that one. I'm a Euro
Y'all
step
both
that
do
one.
got matching hats today.
I
Let's see it.
apologize for saying that. But
Really
I apologize.
Are we brothers?
Swiper, does your hat talk to you too, Swiper?
That's Pen, you were making a point. Pen, you were making a point.
Somewhere in the 40s or 50s.
It looks like y'all got matching mics too.
Somewhere in the 40s or 50s, a coach that discovered that when I put the ball into the hands of my 7-footer, he's got a better angle to score at the basket efficiently than my 6'2" guard. So I'm going to run my offense through my big. And then guards got better. And Michael Jordan came along. And Dr. J came along. And we're like, oh, we can do it differently because these guys can score just as efficiently. And oh, by the way, them scoring that way makes those bigs even more efficient.
That's exactly what it sounds like to me.
Sounds like following the player to me.
That sounds like following the math because if that player...
It sounds like both.
No,
Michael
Olowokandi was drafted first overall to replicate what a big man could do. But the minute they discovered that the offense don't look so good when Michael Olowokandi doing it, the offense don't look so good when Kwame Brown does it, suddenly the math changed and the economics of basketball changed.
But it still looked good when Shaq was doing it, who was still around during that time. It still looked good when Ewing was doing it. It still looked good when other big men were doing it.
There ain't another Shaq, and there ain't another Wemby, and there ain't another LeBron, and there ain't another Jordan. So you know what? Like the math also says that. The math says generational means generational. And I'm sorry, like there ain't going to be another Steph. There ain't going to be another LeBron. There ain't going to be another KD. You get different versions of different guys. The game will change based on the mathematics of it. I understand what you're saying, Ox. It's very romantic. It's very nice. But honestly, as nice as you think a dude is, if you scoring 1.02 points per possession, your coach is benching your ass. That's math.
What you got to understand is the math is the result of the player. You know what I'm saying? It's the chicken and egg thing with you every time. It's the math is the result of the player. You know what I mean? Like,
or maybe the player is being optimized.
It really ain't this difficult. Ox, to your point, the math is 100% the result of the player. Okay, I got a big guy who can score around the rim. I'm going to give him the basketball, and his production is going to ultimately suggest that they're doing that, so now we're going to do it. But where did that start from? That started from
chill. This is the thing. Penn wants to sell you, chill, that it was a 7-foot dude walking in the gym, and the coach was like, mathematically, the angle of it. Oh my God, let's get those guys. And when in all actuality, the dude went in the gym and started dunking shit. He was like, let's give him the ball. That big guy really can score the basketball.
They weren't dunking in the 40s and 50s, the L historian. They weren't dunking in the 40s and 50s.
But chill, to your point.
Wait, Ox. So you're saying that when Shaq was in Jersey when he was a kid, somebody when he walked in there at 6'8", they took a calculator out and calculated like just where he was going to be on the court and how good he was going to be.
And they got the project. They got a big ass protractor, and they got the thing. They put it like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
How would you look if this was like what actually was happening?
That's exactly what that's what happened, Mars. Carry the 6, add the 3, divide by 2. Oh yeah, put him right there.
See, you know what, bro. You L intellectual. You try to make fun of anybody.
Oh my God!
I'm not making fun of you. I thought
it's not a joke because it's not funny.
Take a joke.
You take snipes at me.
Well, no, Ron. Hold on. Ron.
Damien has a question.
He needs to hear it.
I would like for Damien.
You take snipes at me every day, and I ignore them. Just ignore it. It's funny.
Swiper.
Ha ha.
Swiper.
Hee, hee. No.
Swiper.
Don't fight. It was a ha.
No,
Hee,
no, no,
hee.
no,
It
no,
was
no.
good.
You're not
It was
doing
ha
this
ha.
right now.
Hee hee. It was a good
Buddy,
joke. I
Just-
thought it was funny.
Swipers have gone
Well,
both
I looked up
ways.
from I looked
I'm
up from where I
sorry.
was looking at to get some of the numbers on the next topic.
What I
And
say
then I
to
see
you,
him say that. That was good. It was a good joke.
Swiper.
I'm
Chill
sorry.
out.
No, Pete,
Hey,
You're not
I
gonna talk over
apologize,
people
bro.
and
Let me-
rewrite
let
their
me-
history. Swiper.
Let me just apologize, bro. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
And you're gonna apologize for a joke?
No,
I
no,
thought
it's
He's
it
not
was
even.
that.
He's not even
Woke
on you anymore.
nonsense,
Ox.
man.
He wants
Woke
smoke with
nonsense.
Swiper now. See,
Swiper,
you
you
see,
can
he wants
shake-
smoke with Swiper now.
No. We're
Ron,
not.
Ox,
We're
you're
not.
not.
it's the
Ox,
big
you are
spot.
not a threat, Ox. Okay, you're not a threat.
We're
I
not.
didn't think so. I
We're
didn't
not.
think
We're
so. I
not
was just
smoking
having fun,
anything.
bro.
Hang on, one sec.
Why
Last
you
I
keep
checked,
typing?
and this is
Speak for
true and
yourself,
proven
shit. I got
reality.
something twisted up right
Swiper and
now.
I have gone back and forth
That's
many
no
times.
problem.
We have taken shots at each other many times. We've all seen it. We've all heard it. Now, the last show, I took like 6 or 7, 10, 12, 15 jabs at Swiper, and he didn't react to any one of them. Precisely so that he could tell you today, Pim be jabbing at me all the time. He mentioned it multiple times. I understand the
Not that deep,
politics.
bro.
I understand the
That's what's
politics.
happening.
Y'all gotta understand. I'm not a political person. I ain't never gonna be a political person. I'm gonna tell you how I feel all the time. And y'all rob me. You don't want to like me, don't like me. But I'm 100% real about where I stand with people. And if you're gonna take swipes at me all the time, and then you gonna play victim, come on,
I mean,
man.
well, Pim,
Take a
his
nap.
name is
Take a nap.
Swiper.
I mean,
His
how
name is
stupid- how
Swiper,
stupid
like-
do you think people are, bro? You
Hey.
shake your hands. You don't think
Hey,
that's
Pim.
Oh, come
If
on,
my
man.
name was
Get outta here.
Slapper, if you came around me and I slapped you, it'd be like, But Damien, you had a question that you wanted to ask Chill, so.
No, I was just going to bring it back to basketball. And we're talking about players having such influence, right? So if Victor Wembanyama, as an example, decides I'm just going to dominate in the paint, it will then drive a conversation about, hey, is the big man as valuable as it has been in the past? Is there a world that exists where we build around the big man again because of what he can do? So it does come in waves. It is influential from the players, and Victor Wembanyama could be that. If he decides to stop shooting threes and averages 30 by being around the basket, we will have different conversations in the league, just like we did when Steph started going crazy.
How many teams
And
are
that's
built
just the way
around?
it's
But I also think
the
that
big right now,
to-
there's
to-
many,
To your
aren't there?
to your point, I mean, the Denver Nuggets, they built that unit around Joker's skill set, right?
Denver?
Milwaukee, they built that unit around Giannis's skill set, right? So I
And
mean,
B.
there's plenty of teams in the
You can
league.
keep going.
They built their unit around players' skill set. With Steph Curry, they built that unit around his skill set with him and both Klay Thompson. So I mean, I don't think it's necessarily. I think it's more of the player than it is the number. And then we start to get that production. And once we get that production, we live in a copycat league. Okay, it's working for them. Okay, maybe that'll work for us. We can get something like that. Then we can move forward. But ultimately, I think it's the player that determines that.
All right, fellas. The next super chat is from Drink More Agua. Drink More Water said, I've been half joking on a KPJ breakout in the chat, but I truly believe this is the year AJ Green breaks out and becomes a respected NBA player by most fans. I'm talking a top 15 to 10 in makes and percentage.
He's talking
All
about
I know is
three-point shooting.
that KPJ, even though
I think he meant to say 5 to 10.
he's not exactly the most personable guy, and he ain't great in a lot of people's eyes. All I know is that he either is in your rotation or he's starting. That's been going on in his career.
He's a hooper.
That's what I'm thinking, Ox. Yes. So I don't understand why people so down on him. I'm like, yo, this dude can rock. He could play.
That's purely off the court stuff, I think, mostly. And you know, sometimes when you get a bad taste on a person like that, then it's hard for you to see through that. And I understand that. So I'm not saying that you should overlook that type of stuff. You know, whatever. Right. But I think he's definitely a good basketball player. I think he's a hooper. I think most teams could use a guy like him. You know, but to his point though, the AJ Green, I'm curious about that. I think that kid. I mean, the way he shoots the ball, nice form, pretty shot. I like.
I can see Doc.
I don't know how good he's gonna be, but you know, with the mechanics, the way he shoots the ball, I like it. You know, I think he's a competitor. So. I like that. That's a good pull. I can't remember who sent that super chat, but good super chat though.
I definitely think that Doc Rivers can involve him more in the offense than he does. I mean, I think AJ Green is one of the better shooters on that crew, and I think he could really help them. But the fact that they got Taurean Prince on the crew is another 40% long ball shooter. I think that we kind of look away from what AJ Green can do as a shooter and a lot of the action that they run. Because AJ Green, I think that I didn't give him enough credit for the athlete that he is. He actually comes off screens really well. And in addition to him coming off screens really well, he gets up really high on his jump shot. And I think that helps when getting your shot off of when you're going up against guys either your size or bigger. So I think that Doc Rivers, I'm hoping that he can see that and go, yo, I need to get this kid more involved in the offense. I remember watching the NBA Finals when I saw LeBron James running pick and roll with Kyle Korver. And I'm like, okay, no, that's not the way that works. Kyle Korver is a shooter. Run something for him. Get him involved in the action. Not
see, they should have switched that though. Kyle Korver should have been setting the pick.
Well, y'all also keep in mind too, and this is with every NBA team that we've ever seen in the history of the National Basketball Association. Somebody got to score the ball. Giannis is not going to score 100 points tonight. Yeah, he might average. He might average a career high 35, and we'll be like, "Whoa, damn!" But Damian Lillard's not there anymore. Chris Middleton's not there anymore. Somebody got to score. And Kevin Porter Jr. started last year. He's probably going to start this year. AJ Green started last year. It's a chance he might start this year. And it's also, whether he starts or not, Buddy going to get a lot of threes. Buddy going to be coming off them screens. Buddy's going to get a lot of open shots just from Giannis and just the offense. He's going to get transition threes. AJ Green going to be getting them up. And Kevin Porter's going to have the ball in his hands. And once again, I'm going back to my initial point. Somebody got to score the ball. These teams are going to average. What was the lowest scoring team in the league last year? What was it? 90, 96, 98? I don't know what it is. I'm just throwing it out there. They're going to score at least around 100 points a game, bare minimum. Somebody got to score them.
Brooklyn was at the bottom of the league, Ron. Brooklyn averaged 105 last year. They was at the bottom of the league.
105. So Milwaukee's not scoring less than 105 points. Somebody got to score.
You're spot on. You're spot on, Ron. Someone's got to score, and I think Kevin Porter Jr. is in that. He's in a group of players where situationally it can be really beneficial. I think a few other guys that come to mind are like Peyton Pritchard or Andrew Nembhard. When they have teams have injuries and there's a gap there for their production to go up, for their responsibility, for their usage to go up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Porter Jr. averages close to 20, above 20. Maybe he has a similar season that Jalen Green had last year and averages around 21. It can happen, but it's a matter of getting minutes. They got Gary Trent Jr., who needs his shots. They got Kyle Kuzma, who needs his shots. Cole Anthony's there now. He needs shots. They got Amir Coffey's probably in the rotation. There's a lot of guys there that need shots. So, and that's the same for AJ Green. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Porter Jr. is a guy we're talking about a lot, especially if Milwaukee's half decent.
Yeah, and on top of that, he wearing the Seattle hat right now, so you know he's ready to go and win. But, all right, y'all, the next super chat I got is from Superman Real. Superman Real said, you know the NBA is back when a stupid-ass list has resurfaced. Shaking my damn head. But my breakouts are Nembhard, Trey. I don't know what Trey he's talking about. Probably Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy. Brown.
Jalen
Brown?
What other Brown?
That's a good. No, that's a good. I don't know.
Murphy Brown, Charlie Brown,
could be Charlie Brown.
Moses Brown,
Bruce Brown.
Moses Brown just got signed to the Nuggets G League. So
Moses and Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown is washed.
We'll
see if Jokic can make him unwashed.
You think he's washed?
He's been washed for 2 years, Cho. Well, I mean, he didn't play with Jokic for the last 2 years. So if Bruce Brown averages 10 points per game, I need Jokic to win MVP on that. I would not be
surprised if he came off that bench and gave them some really productive minutes. I mean, it looked a lot different in Indiana 2 years ago than it is playing with Joker, and it looked a lot different up in Toronto.
The average NBA career is about 4.5 years.
That's correct.
Yeah, Bruce Brown's pushing it. Okay.
Are you suggesting that with the average NBA career being 4 years, that couldn't be expanded if I'm playing with somebody like Joker, if I'm playing with somebody like Giannis, if I'm playing with somebody like Joel
washed
Embiid?
for 2 years means washed for 2 years means washed.
Okay,
for 2 years. He was washed next to Halliburton, washed next to. He's been washed in 3 different situations.
You know who he wasn't washed next to? He wasn't washed next to Joker, and he ain't that old.
He was also in his athletic prime, I believe. If I'm not mistaken,
that was 2 years ago, Penn.
No, he's 28 years old now.
28
Yeah,
years old. That was 2
I
years
heard he
ago.
was just entering his athletic prime.
He was 25
What are
when
we
he got to
doing,
Denver.
Penn?
He's 28 now.
28 years
Well,
old, Penn.
I mean, in fairness, most people most NBA players have regressed before the age of 28. The ones who haven't are rare. Let's just be rare. Let's be real about that, okay?
And what is he? He's an energy guy. Not only is he an energy guy, he capitalizes off other people. So with him capitalizing,
Ain't he pushing 30, bro?
Okay,
He's 29.
28 is pushing 30. So 29 is pushing 30.
But 30's not old though either.
But
Like,
with 29 pushing 30.
When is his
this
birthday? When did he just turn? He must have just turned 29 when August 15th,
August
as of a
15th.
month ago.
So he just turned 29. All right, with that being said, Swiper,
He's a young
when
man.
I'm playing with a guy like Joker,
He's the same age as Drench, in better shape. Like,
that just makes my game look makes my game look so much better.
Very
He's not
young man.
washed on any level because I played up in Toronto where they didn't have any idea what they were trying to do up there.
He was the
They literally-
worst player on the. He was the third worst player on the
and they-
roster.
and they were littered with injuries.
To be fair,
Did
Davion
you-
Mitchell looked like the worst guard in the league when he was on your team.
No, he
The
wasn't.
G League roster y'all had?
You hate
No, he
Davion
wasn't.
Mitchell when he was in Toronto, Penn. Don't do
remember.
that.
Whoa!
You hated him when he was up there.
I
You
turned
hated Fred
myself
Van
around.
Fleet when he was there.
I turned around on Davion Mitchell by the end of it. I promise you, I did. He turned his
Okay.
season around. We went back and forth on Twitter. We talked about this. We've litigated this.
Sure.
I said we talked about it. He shut off Twitter for like a day, and then he came back,
Right.
and I said, I think Davion Mitchell about to turn his season around,
That was
and he
later
did
on.
the
Okay,
next
and that-
day.
th-
Yes,
and
early.
that was
The
later-
first month was horrific.
Right.
I will tell you this though: the Raptors were like 5.5 to 6 points per 100 possessions better with him on the court defensively. So he was a dog defensively. He just couldn't make a shot.
Well,
Offensively. Then he
the
started
good
hitting
news
shots.
is Davion moved on to a new situation, got a new contract, and he's a starter. So the hope is that Bruce
Shout out
Brown will come
Davion.
back to Denver.
Shout out
Yeah,
Davion.
He'll be able
He
to be at
showed
least
flashes
a
of
good
that
NBA
shooting
player
in
again.
there.
And I do think, personally, I like I said, didn't bring up the Denver topic because I know y'all weird about that. I actually am excited to watch Bruce this year personally. I think him, Tim
Me too.
Hardaway, and like Julian Strother, and Deron Holmes, and Jonas Valanciunas, and Peyton Watson. I'm excited to see how the bench works. I'm excited
Penn,
to see how the bench
everything,
works.
not Penn, I'm sorry. Swiper, everything that you guys, everything.
Yeah, Penn. Yeah, Penn.
I don't know who's more insulted by that show. I really don't. But
I'm not
you know
insulted
what?
at all. Penn is a good
Let me
human
do
being.
this.
What's wrong?
Let me put you guys in line right there.
So Swiper, to your point, I mean, everything that was necessary, all the gaps that you guys had, you filled them, I think, this offseason. That's why I'm as high as I am on this Denver team. The biggest problem that you had last year was you had 6, maybe 7 viable guys. I feel like you got 9 guys over there. 9
Yeah.
legit guys.
So ESPN's list, a top 100 list yesterday, I saw it, put Jonas Valanciunas in the 70s. He was above.
They said Jacob's better than Anthony Davis. I'm out. I'm good.
They
straight.
put him above Jakob Poeltl. They put him above
He's better
Tumani
than Jakob
Kamara.
Poeltl.
No, he's definitely not.
Yeah,
They
I
put
don't
him
know.
We
above.
don't talk about that list. We don't talk about that.
Wow.
That's
Okay,
I'm
they put him
surprised I
above
even looked
Mitchell
at that
Robinson.
list.
What?
I didn't even
We
look
don't
at
talk-
it.
Does defense not matter to
It was-
people?
yeah, I mean,
I
it was
didn't
pretty
look-
I don't-
I didn't look at it
but-
either.
Yeah,
I don't
mess with
see.
But
I don't see how.
to be fair,
He's
if
not
we-
better than
if-
Brook Lopez.
If Jonas Valanciunas, to be fair, Ox, if he can replicate what he did versus Greece, 24 and 15,
He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that much. Jonas is a basketball player. I know how y'all feel about it. I'm not trying to argue about Jonas Valanciunas. I think he's a really good basketball player. I know y'all don't.
Yes, I do too, Ox. I do too.
I think he's a better
Fellas,
basketball player than he is an
But
NBA.
Penn, to your point though, Penn, or
Good
what's
point.
about the list, like ever since ESPN did that nonsense where they kept all the Ethiopian and Kenyan runners off the best athletes in the world and put those race car drivers on there, I would never respect another ESPN.
wait, which
Well, it's
which
a good
which
thing
thing?
you don't
Which
read
thing? Which thing?
ESPN because they put Scotty.
You remember
Barnes
last
on.
year?
100 athletes of the century.
Oh,
Scotty
we did talk about that. That's right.
Remember? Now I was very disappointed.
Yeah, and he was,
Yeah,
and he
Mayweather
was
outside
yapping
the top
saying
10,
that
didn't they?
racing isn't a sport. Yeah, I remember.
I think no. I think Mars. What I'm
Fellas,
saying
I'm
is what I'm saying.
I'm about to
All right,
move on to the
I
next
just
super chat.
want to make sure that I'm clear about that, Ron. I just want to make sure I'm clear about that. When you're running marathons, you know what I'm saying? When you're running these super races and you're doing it
That's not
at a speed where most people can't even do that on a bicycle, and you're not getting on the top 100 athletes, there was only 2 continents not represented on that list, and it was Antarctica and Africa. Tell me how that makes sense that all the Ethiopian runners, Kenyan
You say
runners,
Africa wasn't on the list at all?
nobody from Africa was on the list. Nobody from Antarctica was on the list. But every
Whoa.
continent on the globe.
I agree with your gripe.
Maybe
I
we
just
need
think
to
you're
make
taking-
an Antarctica and African list.
I just think you're taking the gripe out on Lewis Hamilton for no reason.
No.
Like, I think the gripe is valid.
Shout out Lewis Hamilton. And I understand. I was educated on that. Those dudes work hard. You have to be in great shape. You have to be very strong. You have to have hand-eye, quicker. I downplayed the abilities of race car drivers. I apologize for that. I became educated, but I don't care. Okay, if he's on this list for driving a car, and these dudes are running marathons faster than most of y'all can do it on a bike.
All
I
right,
agree.
y'all.
Get them on the list.
I can't accept it.
I want to finish.
Eliud Kipchoge, I think is his name. He's
None of them.
bro.
On
He
the
has
list, Piper.
multiple
Fellas.
world records in the marathon. That's
multiple.
Fellas.
Yeah, but he doesn't drive a car fast. So
We listening, Ron. What you got, Ron? What you got, Ron? What you got, Ron?
Yo,
Ron,
nation
what's
wasn't
up, Ron?
represented on that
I
list.
want to. Hey, I didn't make that
Ron, this
list.
is
Damn
serious,
ESPN. Damn ESPN. I ain't make that list. We made a top 100 list. And it's the best list in the world. If you missed that episode, go tap back in.
Oh, dude.
Those are the only lists I'm watching. Do you guys want to make a top list of all the best athletes in the world?
No
We
Kenyans
can
on the
do
list
that.
is nuts. Ron should be really upset about that. That's crazy.
Why would Ron be upset about it?
I think
Ron?
he's
Yeah, why would
Kenyan.
Ron be upset about that, Swiper?
Aren't you
Huh?
Kenyan? Did we have the
I'm not-
conversation already?
No. Hey,
My
the
bad.
way I hustle, the way I move, and the way I conduct business, you know what I am. But I want to shout out the rest of these players.
Wait, is it
Nimhart,
appropriate for me to
Trey,
be laughing at this?
Brown,
No. Shit.
Barnes, Giannis, Dub Jalen, Ant, Luka, Kawhi, Wemby.
Shout out to Harrison Barnes, bro. People don't talk about Harrison Barnes enough.
Yeah, shout out to him for putting Harrison Barnes on this list.
They should talk about Harrison Barnes a lot more than they do. Shout out.
All right,
If he
so-
hit that, if he just would have hit that shot in game 4.
we knew you were making that.
MTHJ301 said Bleacher Report proposed Tyrese Maxey, Eric Gordon for Reed Shepard, Fred VanVleet, Clint Capella, Tari Eason, and 2 picks.
Say it again.
Thoughts?
Fred
Wait,
cannot
wait,
be
say-
traded.
Say it again.
Until
What do my eyes
December
see?
15th.
Tyrese Maxey, Eric Gordon for Reed Shepard,
Oh, it's after that. Oh.
Fred VanVleet, and just 2 picks.
No, it's
You know, Ox,
Capella, Tari, and
unfortunately-
There's a
Shepard.
no trade clause
practice.
Sorry,
Ox, sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes you got to sit in the house with the lights out. You got to wait for the light company to cut the lights back on, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like I got to scramble. I got to go get the light. Sometimes you just got to sit in the house and wait for the lights to get cut back on. That's it. And that's what we got with
Mars.
Houston.
Tyrese
No,
Maxey.
You got to light no
some-
candles?
Tyrese
And that's what you got to do,
Maxey
Ron.
by
Light
next year.
some candles.
Light
But
some candles,
there is
throw
no
some Barry White.
there is- run down to the light company and bang on the door. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, I gotta make. What about this other light company? No. Sometimes you're gonna be in an uncomfortable situation, which is what they are in now, and we gotta weather this storm. There
What's
is
wrong
I don't
with
know
this,
about that.
though?
Shit. I can't.
They
I
What's
don't
wrong
know
with
about
this?
that one.
They should trade for Emmanuel quickly.
That's not bad because you
Hey.
get that.
Emmanuel quickly is fine where he is.
But chill. My thing is,
No.
sometimes you know what I'm saying. Like sometimes you got to download DoorDash and go get you a quick $100 to get them lights back on. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Shit, you get paid that day. So if you just sit around, you got nothing to do. I can't sit around in the dark. Shit.
Hey, yo, there are some very easy ways to make $100 if you need it.
But here's the difference, though, Swiper. The difference.
Relax,
is, Swiper,
bro. It's a family
we,
show.
We actually did that, right? So they did that. They made that move in the offseason, right? They made that move in the offseason for KD. They did not anticipate Fred VanVleet tearing up his knee. No, they didn't anticipate that. That was not on our bingo card. That all right, we're gonna have Fred VanVleet tear his knee up, and we're gonna have a backup plan. Actually, we do, and he's on our team right now, and we're gonna weather this storm. That's what we're gonna do. There is no quick fix here. There is no calling up the 76ers and going, hey, take a look at our roster and see what we got, even though we don't really have anything that we can trade because we ain't got no money, Ron, in Houston. We don't have any money.
In December, chill. You can trade in December. And how many storms can Kevin Durant weather?
I know he couldn't weather the Thunder. So
on
what
that-
makes you think he could weather the storm?
That's what he gets for
saying,
leaving
I'm
can't even
Seattle,
take
huh?
Maxey back though. They can't take Maxey on that
He
mock.
weathered. He was able to play when he was in Phoenix. They were bad. He still was able to play. He ended up playing 60 plus games. He's gonna play in Houston.
Chill, we
As
know
long
he's
as he
going
can
to
stay
play.
healthy.
That's not what we
Right.
saying. We asked
And
him,
that's
he
the
weather
storm.
the storm? Or is he
Right.
going to go back
That-
to
No,
California?
playing
No,
isn't enough, chill. He went up. He is ring chasing, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I'm just saying he's ring chasing. He's 37. What is he? 37.
So was Ray Allen.
He not no Ray. This is way different.
So was Ray Ray.
With all the respect to Ray Allen, this is way different. Kevin Durant is one of the greats. He has potential. He has top 10 potential. A lot of people have him top 10 already. This is complete legacy. He needs to get that ring without Steph.
Okay.
Not to me, but
Sure.
for the basketball community, he needs the ring without Steph. He went to the 2nd seed in the West. The Houston Rockets were the 2 seed in the West. He went there to win a championship. He's 37. He's 30. Pin. What does that matter? What does that matter?
It doesn't matter. There, he got traded there.
But he could, and Kevin Durant went there because he wanted to be there, regardled if he got traded or not. He wanted to
have a
no
trade clause, so no, he didn't.
All right, so you be naive if you want to. I'm gonna keep talking. You be naive. Keep the naive in your box. In my box, I'm gonna tell the truth. We know he wanted to go there. He could have went to multiple other teams. He wanted to go to Houston. He went to Houston. He's there to win a championship. I don't care if he got traded there. I don't care if they circumvented the salary cap to get him there. He's in Houston. He went to Houston because he wanted to.
Wait, hold on, chill, Chin.
He's went there to win a championship.
They paid the price, bro.
Yeah,
they paid the price. There were like 3 or 4 teams that he was willing to go to.
Yeah, go ahead.
There were a few teams that he would have been willing to go to, and obviously, as a 37-year-old Hall of Famer who's still really good, yeah, the teams that want him and the teams he wants to go to, all the same people. They're good teams that have a chance. I don't think the Houston Rockets were on anyone's bingo card last year as the contenders, okay? And they've just lost with Fred VanVleet out. Forget that. They lost 2 of their best pull-up shooters. They've lost 2 of their best pull-up shooters in the trade. So, yeah.
So what are you saying? Are you saying they got worse with KD?
No, I'm not saying they got worse with KD. I'm saying
they get worse or better.
They obviously got a little bit better, but you're acting like, okay, look, man, KD can't catch a break with y'all. If he goes signs with a team that if he leaves us, okay, first of all, he signs with the super team, he gets vilified because his team lost to that team. Then he leaves that super team.
Nothing I said was downplaying Kevin Durant. I just simply made a statement that the Houston Rockets. This isn't about bashing Kevin Durant. I said the Houston Rockets got Kevin Durant so that they could chase a championship. Fred VanVleet gets hurt. You can't sit in the.
I apologize. Did you not say that he went there to chase a championship?
Because that's what. Yes,
because he's ring chasing. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, and I said
so why are you now saying that the Houston Rockets are ring chasing? Because you said he's ring chasing, right?
They're both ring chasing. Numbnuts.
Oh, okay.
They're both ring chasing.
Yo,
and that's not a derogatory thing.
Ron, wait, Penn, why do you disagree with that?
He's 37. He has a legacy to protect, Penn.
I don't disagree with that. It's just ring chasing as a negative connotation. And I just don't understand it. Kevin Durant is on a team with 0 other superstars, and y'all can't.
What's the argument?
The argument is if he's successful, people get to say, well, he went to a stat team again. Right.
I think the argument was actually Fred VanVleet got injured. Should they make a trade now to improve the roster?
Yes, that's what. And that's what I'm trying to bring it back to. I'm trying to bring it back to the super chat.
Are they not trying to win the championship, Damien? Because
I think
that this is chill. Chill said that you got to sit in the dark and wait for the lights to come back on.
And then
I'm saying you can't sit in the dark and let the Damien.
And I agree with that.
I'm saying you can't sit in the dark and let the lights come on. You have a 37-year-old aging superstar on your team, and he's there to win a championship. Y'all got him to win a championship. He's ring chasing. No negative. That's I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I'm saying the facts. He's 37. He needs another ring for him, for the world, for whatever reason. I don't care. So you can't just sit around. Yes, make a move in December. Make a move, please.
Were they a top 4 championship favorite with Fred VanVleet? I'm honestly asking.
Yes.
One of them. One of the 3.
Penn, I don't know what Vegas has to say. I don't know if you're looking up the Vegas numbers. If you ask me, they're the second best team in the West. In the West, it's significantly better than the East. No. He said with Fred VanVleet. He said with Fred VanVleet. They were the second best team in the West.
They're definitely
better than Denver.
They were my number 2 in the West. Them and Denver.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
You can say Denver. I wouldn't be mad at Denver, and it's another team out west you could say as well. I wouldn't be mad at that. They were my second best team in the West.
that other
Clippers?
team? Clippers,
Dallas.
Lakers,
Dallas.
Dallas. Hell no. What?
It-
Not this
Dallas.
coming season. Not this coming season for Dallas. The season after.
What
you-
when
Why
Kyrie's
What you
back.
mean not this upcoming season?
Yes.
They're not
Kyrie's
better.
coming
They're not
back.
going to be better than Houston.
If
or
you
Denver.
actually
Going to be
believe that, you
OKC,
should slam
Denver,
the
and
over
Houston are going to be the best.
on Dallas because Dallas I think got a 39.5. Vegas over under right now,
They have
38
39 and a half?
38.
Yeah, but that's
39.5.
because Kyrie's
Go
not gonna
put
play
some
for
money
us.
down if you actually think that's true. But there's a reason for that because Kyrie is injured, Clay is potentially washed, Cooper is a rookie, and Anthony Davis is injury prone. So there's a lot of reasons, and the West is stacked. If you really want to, here's the thing: I don't think you can easily replicate what Fred VanVleet does at all. He's a really rare guard, and I know y'all don't really respect his game properly, as evidenced by a lot of takes that we've had on this show about him. But he is very unique in what he does, and there are maybe like 15 guards in the league that could successfully replicate what he does between the pick and roll ball handling, the defensive, stabilization, and the shooting, the deep range shooting.
But Pitt, I don't necessarily think they're trying to replicate Fred or need to replicate Fred.
You need
as
to
much as-
replicate him
No,
because
no, you-
every player on
Yeah,
your team needs a player like that. No, you need. Okay, here's what you need.
that-
You need
that can
some
be
combination of pull up jump shooting plus pick and roll ball handling plus steadying defense. Because
Pitt, they need a good point guard. They don't
Yeah, they
need
need a
a
half-decent
Fred
point
VanVleet carbon copy. They
you
need
don't
a good
you
point
need
guard.
a carbon
If-
copy, but you need a player who can do the three things he does.
Pin. So if they were to do this and get and get Tyrese Maxey, are they a better team? Because he's not Fred VanVleet and Fred VanVleet's not him. If they get Tyrese Maxey, are they a better team?
Of course, they're a better team.
Okay, then. So they're not replicating Fred. They're just trying to get somebody to fill that void. And
But you're
once
not
again,
getting Tyrese Maxey.
And once again, hey, I said this yesterday. You guys kind of got mad at me. I'm saying they have a lot of capital. They have two amazing picks from Phoenix. They have Reed Shepard, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith. They got some veterans over there. Houston can go get some shit. I'm telling you right now, if Houston wants to, they can stir the pot. It's going to be some teams that got some pieces that Houston can go pick up. And if I'm Houston, to Ox's point, I'm not sitting in the dark like no goddamn fool. We do got Kevin Durant, we got Amin Thompson, and we got Şengün. That's one of the best 1-2-3 punches in the NBA. I'm going to get a point guard. I'm going to get something to help bolster this roster.
Would you trade Reed Shepard to get like a better player right now who might just be a little bit older but helps you compete sooner?
They should go and get like. If Drew Holiday's contract wasn't as bad as it is,
man.
he would be a guy that would make a lot of sense. But
Yo,
It does make
Damien.
a lot of sense, but
Hey,
he makes
Damien,
$34 million.
you gotta pay to play. Come on, Drew.
Is that
Yeah,
contract bad though?
I would not do that.
You gotta pay it. With Drew Holiday, this team right here.
Who
with Drew
says no
Holiday,
to this? Who says no to this? I actually think it helps both teams. Austin Reeves for Jabari Smith. Relatively similar-ish
I do it.
player talents. One helps, one helps. Austin Reeves may not be Fred VanVleet. I understand that. But he does a lot of Fred VanVleet stuff. I think that would be the smart move.
he's better.
Who
Reeves
Austin
is better
Reeves
than
better?
VanVleet at this point.
I agree.
I think so.
Yeah, but defensively he's worse.
But
Is he worse?
also, but also defensively,
worse
you
than
have like what's behind
It's not just
him.
the production though, but it's not just the production with Van Fleet. It's the locker room stuff. It's the veteran presence. It's the
Championship
low
pedigree.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
Well, he's
championship.
still going to
pedigree,
be
it's
in the
assist
locker
to
room.
turnover ratio.
Just
You
with
know,
the knee brace.
Hey,
Yeah,
Condra
but I
said,
think
it's not the
Chris
same
Paul.
thing.
I like that
It's not
too
the
at
same
some
thing.
point.
yeah, you don't have to
Just
hit a
wheel
home
around the
run to
locker room
replace
giving
him.
words of affirmation. That's what we're
he's,
doing. Come on.
he's not.
Yeah.
It's not the same
Do
thing,
we
Mars.
not
When you're
think
not
Russell
playing,
Westbrook would
it's
help
not
here
the
at all, Ron?
hell no.
Or it is shooting
sorry,
so
you
bad
asked
that
him
you
wrong.
just don't want him next to the Rockets.
I would like Russell if I was the Rockets. And once again, just before we even get into all of this, and
Russ
somebody
and KD reunited.
somebody shoots
Alfred
my head
Payton.
off for saying this, they can't sign Russell Westbrook because they literally have no money to sign any free agents.
They're
So you know what? So you know what that means, Ron? How about
They can get
this,
up to
Ron?
2.8. They can get up to 2.8.
How-
2.8. They can get up to 2.8.
So how about this for an idea? How about we give the ball to the guy that we already have? How about
Which
the number
one?
Who?
3?
Aaron Holiday?
Aaron Holiday. Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say that too.
no,
yeah.
no,
Shepard?
no.
That's the only one who you gonna try. to go in the
Oh,
playoffs.
I have a perfect
Reed
trade.
Shepherd.
It's a perfect trade. Chill. You're gonna love this. The kid. The kid. Get him there for Reed Shepherd and add picks to that because you're damn desperate.
not better than Reed Shepherd.
Reed Shepherd was a higher pick.
He's not
Irrelevant.
better than Reed Shepherd.
Irrelevant. Add a pick to sweeten the deal.
Okay,
'cause-
see that.
Hey man, Sam
Hey,
Presti's smart. He knows you're desperate. He knows you're desperate. He's not desperate. He's giving you a second string point guard. You need a starting point guard.
No one desperate in Houston, man. They're going
And
to let
or-
Amen Thompson and Reed Shepherd.
I know a team in the Eastern Conference that has 7 point guards. Chill.
Oh,
Trade for one of
Nets?
them. Trade for the best one. Whoever pops off.
Yeah,
trade-
who is
trade
the
for
best
him.
one?
Or
I don't know,
or
probably
Ron,
Nolan Traore.
Or how about I just keep the guys that I already have, and
Yeah.
we weather this thing and we work it out. How about that?
It ain't gonna work.
I mean,
Amen
Thompson has a breakout that Damian projected. Let him rock.
If Reed Shepherd wasn't a lottery pick for no reason, right? You put the ball in his hands. Maybe he can develop as a playmaker, man. You just don't know. But it's a big loss. But like Chill said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel because you've lost him. But to Ox's point as well, you don't sit on your hands either. So where do you draw the line? If you're a contender?
You have 4 bigs on that roster, 4 centers who, in my opinion, fundamentally
Jock
need a
Landale's still
point guard like Fred.
No, Jock Landale.
Right.
They got
Who's the
Capella.
4th? No. Who's the 4th? Yeah, I know those 3.
Clint,
Steven Adams.
Shingun,
Clint.
Steven Adams,
Shankun, and Farley Dante.
Who?
Are you going to disrespect my good Dante?
What did say his name again?
And Farley Dante. He went to Oregon. I think.
Yeah, he went to Oregon.
Man, that was
He
on
went to
Memphis
Oregon.
now.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I know the Rockets center rotation.
You got Amen Thompson, who's a little bit weak, creating his own shot at times. He also requires that. You got Kevin Durant, who's an off-ball star, and I think Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant were actually a really, really, really good pairing. So synergistically, I know you probably think about Fred VanVleet and you're like, he's probably like the 6th best player on that team. He might be the most important player on that team in a lot of ways. You can weather the loss of Şengün easier because you have Steven Adams. You can weather the loss. Yes.
No way.
Man, what?
No way.
Okay, cool. Same guy who said Fred VanVleet has.
For what it's
higher
worth, when Fred
basketball
VanVleet
defensive
missed
IQ.
time last year, the Rockets won games. It wasn't pretty, but they won games.
It was 11
Right.
and 11 without
Man,
Fred,
what?
and
Won
they
games.
were okay. They are capable of winning games without him. Yes.
Absolutely.
Who they face over those 22 games? That's something that you should look up. But
So
they
wait,
were
wait.
they
Are
won
you,
2. They were so much better when he played, dude.
Pin, so you were in this scenario, and I obviously don't wish injury on anybody, but if this could have been Şengün instead of Fred VanVleet, and you were the GM of the Rockets, you would have preferred that?
Oh, that's
Şengün to be out
disgusting.
there?
You're gonna say you'd rather Şengün tear his ACL?
Okay, obviously Şengün being the younger player, Fred being the older player, Şengün being the better
I'm
player.
not even talking about. I don't
I'm-
even want to speak of ACL
No.
tier. I just want to say if one of them had to miss the season, you would pick it to be
Şengün is the
Şengün
better asset. But Şengün is not like the more crucial player to winning games right now.
Yes, he
You can
is
replace him.
today. No,
Yes.
I see that. That's
Okay,
where the flip
chill.
side to that is because
let me square up what I'm saying so that I don't get misconstrued and then people tell me later that I said Fred VanVleet was better than Albert Şengün because that's not what I'm saying.
That's not. what
I'm
you're
saying the
No, I
following
get
2
that.
teams play basketball: Fred VanVleet, Kevin Durant, Amen Thompson. This Houston Rockets team without Şengün. Okay, so we plug in, Jabari Smith at the 4, Steven Adams at the 5, or some variation of that. That team plays basketball versus the team without Fred. So that's Reed Shepherd and Aaron Holiday running the point, and Şengün is on that team. I would guarantee you, in my opinion, that in a 7-game series, the team with Fred wins every
You're
time.
tripping. Hey,
I'm not.
You're tripping.
And
No.
the reason I'm saying that is because we can
Hey.
do things look, Steven Adams is a great screener. Steven Adams, you get things, offensive rebounding, screening, connectivity. Steven Adams and Kevin Durant, it's already basketball synergy. We've already seen it. They're wonderful. The IQ of Fred, the table setting of Fred, the defensive stability of Fred, the communication of Fred, all these intangible things that you don't value because he doesn't average 20 points per game. These things are going to matter elementally. Like they're going to matter so much because you have nothing that can replace it. Now, if you it's like for instance, RJ Barrett's a better player than Jakob Poeltl for most people, right? For the Raptors example,
We
but the
could-
Raptors
we could
cannot
cl-
lose
but-
Jakob because
stop,
behind them, nobody.
stop. No, because now I got a 6'10" guy who does so many different things in our offense. On top of that, his ability to rebound, to stop plays, that's huge for us. We could take Fred VanVleet out of what we do. We could take Fred VanVleet. We could take VanVleet
Chill.
out of what you do as a defense. As a smaller guard, we can take him out of that. Sengun, you can't really take him out of that because he does so many other things offensively. If you want to make him the hub, we can play pick and roll. We can play pick and pop. We can have dribble handoffs. That action works. You
Who's
can have
getting
him around
Şengün
the
the
rim.
ball? Who's getting Şengün the ball? None of
The
your guards
problem
can
is
throw entry
that-
passes.
The problem is
No,
if you
Okay,
lose
that's not
Şengün,
true
you're no
neither.
longer a
That's
contender.
just not true.
Who can throw entry passes successfully?
All of those guys can
Who
throw
can
entry
navigate
passes.
the pick and roll? Who
So,
was okay?
Shep-
Here's the question for you, Cho.
This is
Who
such
is
a-
who was Şengün's best pick and roll partner last year?
Jalen Green.
It was Fred.
It was Fred by far. It
Was
was
it Fred?
obviously Fred. Okay,
I thought it was
and the
Jalen
reason
Okay.
for that is there is a delicate balance of intelligence, court mapping, passing,
Sure.
and shooting, and athleticism that is required. Now, Fred is not a great 3-point shooter, but he is
Yep.
defended like a great 3-point shooter. You can't go under on that screen, and that opening. The fact that he's able to read the coverages, use screens. Again, using screens is a skill. There's a
Yes,
lot
it
of
is.
there's a lot of guards who
100%.
don't know how to
So
use
now-
proper screenings.
Okay,
So properly utilizing a roller, like a roll cut big, like a Şengün in the middle of the court, or
Sure.
even dropping proper entry passes, not projecting the passes, shifting the defense a little bit before you make the pass. These intangible qualities are very important. And when you don't have them, you lose games.
Yes,
So
you do.
Fred VanVleet was paid $43 million and people thought they lost their minds. I'll tell you, as a team that had Fred VanVleet, we won 48 games and 41 games in the 2 years before Fred left. Since then, we've been in the lottery for 2 straight years, and he's the biggest omission from that group. We have not been
Sure.
able to replace it at all. Quickly is a
Pascal?
more talented player. We were in the lottery. We were heading for the lottery with Pascal.
But Penn
too.
with
That's
that
why I got
Penn
traded.
with that point. That is such a
And we
a
replaced
blanket
him with
statement.
Dennis Schroeder, who's a pretty good
That's
point
such a
guard.
blanket statement when you talk about guys not being able to throw the ball in the post. So if they weren't able to throw the ball in the post, how was Sengun able to operate? He was able to get the ball in the block because they were getting them the basketball. I'm sorry that we ain't got John Stockton over here. I apologize that we don't have Chris Paul over here. But we do have guys who can throw the ball in the post, right? We do have Amin Thompson, who is 6'8", who can throw the ball in the post. We do have Reed Shepard, who can throw the ball in the post. I am fundamentally sound enough to throw the ball in the post to these guys. Now
Except your
we're a
team
year
isn't fundamentally sound.
We're a year later. Now we're a year later and improved. That's what I'm going off of with these guys. That's why I don't want to jump out the window and make something drastic right now. So I want to take this offense and I want to run it through Sengun. So if I run the offense through Sengun as our hub, I get way more action. His touch is better. Not only is his touch better, his offensive rebounding is better. His defensive rebounding, all of that stuff that I saw this summer, if you take that off the floor, you throw a monkey wrench in what Houston is doing. You completely wreck them.
Yo,
Pen, is your
Damien.
point?
In
Pen,
order
is
to
your
implement
point
new-
that you,
Go ahead.
is your point that you don't necessarily have to be the best player to be the most valuable?
Of course. I think your value is dependent on what replaces you and how you synergize other parts of no, not necessarily.
Yes,
And how you
yes.
synergize other parts of your team. So for instance, I heard Jordan say yesterday, and shout out to Jordan for saying this because I've been saying this for a really long time, that Draymond Green was the second most important player on those Warriors dynasties. And people would scoff at that and say, but what about KD? What
might
about
have
Clay?
been the most
Didn't they
important.
score more?
He might
And
have been the
it's
most
just
important.
Draymond is singular. You can't replace him. You have nobody else like him. And frankly, he's required to do everything that Steph does. He's the straw that stirs the drink. So Fred is like a little bit like Draymond, which kind of makes sense because they're very close. Like I get it. They're both kind of the scrappy underdog guys whose value extends well beyond. They could impact the game with 6 points, 6 assists, and have a great game. There's not a lot of players who can do that. Fred in the playoffs was amazing. He was amazing. Like the last 3 games of the playoffs, he was amazing. He's the only guy who could really successfully score. And again, even though he's not scoring, the threat of the pull-up from like 29, 30 feet is a huge bending element of the defense. Huge. And if you don't have a player at the top running your offense who can bend the defense that way, Now, every single Adams screen, every single Şengün post up is just a different equation for the defense to stop. And if you don't, like, again, you're implementing a superstar, well, star player like Kevin Durant. You need a proper table setter to do that.
Was correct.
I mean, I used the word superstar like with Scotty Barnes yesterday, and I realized that's not a superstar. KD is probably not a superstar right now. Superstars are like people who are like everyone pays to see, and they're top 5 players. That's, to me, that's probably a superstar. Yeah, so fellas, you're realizing that probably means Jokic is not a superstar either. But yeah,
fellas, as we transition into the next into this crunch time segment, Damian, I do just want to cap up what you said by saying, really, obviously you start for Reece Shepherd, you see what he could do, and as you're doing that,
yes,
you see what
you're on the phone. You're on the phone.
You go 1-7, your season's over. You realize that, right? 1-7 in the West, season over.
I'm saying what I would do.
Really?
I would start
be like what 3 games back. I don't want to.
I would start Reece Shepherd, and while I'm starting Reece Shepherd and auditioning him, seeing what he could do, I'm still shopping to look for the biggest fish I could possibly get.
Ron, what happens, Ron, if you start Reece Shepherd and he's actually good, and as time goes on, there's some upside and he's getting better? Are you still shopping, or do you like what you see? Are you still shopping, or do you like what you see and we're getting better?
Here's your first 6 games: Thunder, Pistons, Nets, Raptors, Celtics, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Spurs. Okay,
sounds
those are
like
your first 8 games. Those are your first 8 games. If you go 1-7, and I'm saying the only guaranteed win there is the Nets. All those other teams are not guaranteed wins.
The Nets are no guaranteed win. They be hooping against Houston.
I think the Nets are a guaranteed win, but everybody else
against Houston.
You're
I don't know what it is about
Houston. They're not going 1-7 though. They're not going 1-7.
The Nets start playing zone against Houston. Houston start
already behind the 8 ball, man.
Michael Porter Jr. goes crazy in that game.
Like, margin of error is so important when it comes to seeding, and you got an older team now with KD. Like, you go all in. You traded some youth and picks to get them. Like, I think you can't afford to be in the play-in with this. Okay.
So
if Reed Shepherd's good, chill, you probably need a vet behind him still, I'd say.
He got a vet. He got Aaron Holiday.
Amen Thompson is turning 23rd in January.
So, and Penn, to your point, so last year without him, because Van Fleet missed 16 straight games. They beat Toronto, Phoenix, Minnesota, Milwaukee, San Antonio. They beat New Orleans twice, and they beat Orlando without him in the lineup.
And you had Dylan Brooks.
They went 0-6 without Şengün last year.
By the way.
We don't know what they did about Jalen Green because he played every game, but, levels to this.
All right, fellas. We about to get into these crunch time chats. Salute to everybody that is watching the video. Make sure you like it. If you are on X or Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe, or become a member. But all in all, appreciate you for tapping in. And shout out to everybody that's on Facebook too. All right, fellas, we got super chats. Let's see what the people got to say. Unlimited Z said Ausar is a better defender than Amen. Like Ausar is getting heavily underrated. Elite rim protection, elite POA, elite recovery, IQ is great, and physical.
I agree.
And everything that you just said, that's Amen. Everything.
But Ausar is getting relegated to like B tier status in part because of where he plays, I think. And he doesn't have the same kind of like highlight pop offensively to his
game.
Isn't
the same.
It's because he's worse offensively. That's the reason.
He's a little worse.
He's a terrific player.
A lot.
Yes.
And the Brunson clip last year, I think people burned him like that because Brunson got him 6 feet away.
That was he gonna fry it. I ain't gonna lie, he just gonna fry it. But,
yeah, I mean Brunson was
it's
kind
Jalen
of
Brunson.
everybody.
Yeah, it's Jalen Brunson.
Unless it was Neesmith apparently.
Adam West said Aaron Gordon getting most improved player. You heard it here first. He'll host.
So if he plays 70 games next year and then has like another top flight defensive year, there's an argument for it because remember he only played 51 and he was hurt for half of those games last year. So his defense was atrocious.
I feel like you actually have to improve to win most improved player.
Yeah, I don't think he's too established to
probably if he played more, he could have.
Like last year would have made if he played more last year would have been the most improved type of season because of the.
Like he was knocking on the door to be an all-star last year.
His defense was worse though. Like I think that was.
Yeah, but I'm attributing that to calf injuries. But
sure, yeah, that's fair.
So like, in my opinion of most improved, it's not just look his numbers went up. Yeah, like you have to improve as a basketball player.
See, you're trying to think who's a new situation.
for example, Mars, when you see Josh Giddey's floor, his IQ is better, his ability to pass is better, his navigation is better, his shot selection is better, his ability to score at the rim is better, his finishing is better. That's what we're talking about. In addition to that, I go. In addition to that stuff that I'm improving in, I go 19, 9, and 8.
That'd be cool.
What if Michael Porter Jr. wins it? Couldn't Michael Porter Jr. win?
MPJ could absolutely win it because he could average under 23.
Yeah, 23. He'll do it.
I think he could average more.
6-point jump.
But I think JJ
I don't see
point.
enough self creation from Michael Porter Jr. to get more than 23. It's like
he got 7.
He'd be like Lowry Markkanen, but like less pop in terms of like catching lobs and stuff. That's his role, and to me that caps out around 23. Especially
what about?
I mean, should he more? Even if his stats go up, we know he didn't necessarily get better. Is that?
And that's why he wouldn't be in the running for me, but he would be in the running by the voters. Because
shout out to Ausar. In the recent interview he did talk about like how much work it takes him to be ready for every game, and that he might not play after this year. He's taking a year by year basis.
Yeah,
remember we did talk about that last year,
and he defended Ben Simmons
when he was playing with the hurt shoulder in the playoff. I did talk about like. He deserves insane credit for him being able to be out there, because he works extremely hard, man. But it's just his body ox. Like if he was who we thought he was out of high school, bro, he would have a.
Do you classify MPJ as a
completely different player?
As a what?
Do you classify him as a what if?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 3 back surgery. Could remember Mars. He hurt it junior going into senior year. He still averaged 36 and 13. He heard it going into the year,
and then heard it.
He should have been top 2 pick. He should have been a top 2 pick.
Yeah, I thought he was the Mars. I legitimately thought at the time. First off, I didn't think he never had any chance of getting him for obvious reasons. He was like the number 1 prospect. I thought he was one of the 5 best high school players I had ever watched through that like junior year. Because at the time he was in Missouri. Yeah, he was in Missouri at the time, Ox. And then he went to Washington. And bro, but he was 6'10" in high school, Mars. Like.
The back thing I thought was so serious that I went from where you were, Swipe. I thought he was top 3, top 5 high school players I had ever seen.
Right.
And then
that's why he slipped. That's why he slipped in the draft.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the injuries. I was still shocked that Denver took him. Like I thought it was so bad. I didn't think he was even going to be able to play for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so young. I didn't know about the severity of back injuries. My hot take was I still would have taken MPJ number 2 in that draft. Luka was number 1.
Well, he still would have been better than Bagley. Yeah.
But MPJ was my number 2 pick in that draft.
Yeah.
I just because what I saw in high school, I was like, yeah.
He was in so much pain. He was sweating through his suit that day.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, he got surgery immediately after that. Like, yeah, he was, bro. I'm telling you, it's a miracle story that he was able to do that. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Hunter sent through a $10 super chat and said, Dubron, a catcher really hit 60. Laughing my ass off. Hey, Morris, this is like, I'll just put it, it's like when James Harden averaged 37. Just like, wow. You know?
So why you not hating on it?
What do you mean? It's not like James Harden.
You be hating on James Harden.
No, it's not.
On whoever this is.
Because we've seen the dude average 37. Catchers don't hit 60 home runs ever. That doesn't happen. Ever.
That's why I'm not hating Morris.
So this is way different than that.
So it's like Will averaging 50?
Yes, that's exactly what it's like. It's like Will averaging 50.
Oh, okay. So I'll go Eric.
Shohei Ohtani?
Oh yeah, I'm Eric Texan, not moved.
So yeah, Ohtani's not a catcher.
No,
I don't know anything about baseball.
But
Shohei's historical catch up and see how
I thought everyone had to catch. So like, this is how far out.
No.
I thought everyone had to catch. I thought I was.
Everybody does have to catch, but this is actually my position. I play catcher. I play behind the plate, and I hit too. So.
The person. So when is it called bowling? Oh, pitch. When the person pitches and the person standing behind. Yeah.
Are you using cricket terminology?
I
know more about
the guy standing behind the plate. He's the catcher.
I don't know a thing about baseball.
Yeah, the guy standing behind the plate. Sitting behind the plate, that's the catcher. Yeah. Yo, chill. Home runs. That's pretty impressive.
Speaking of baseball, I told you that when my son said to his coach the position he wanted to play.
You did tell me that.
He hitting. Hey, he hitting that ball. Now he ain't got no homers yet, but he for sure hitting that ball.
Okay. Hey, he the little dumper.
Woo,
Get on base.
he hitting that ball.
He the little
Get on
oxer.
base. Get on base.
He's doing his thing. We might skip basketball this year. We baseball with it.
All right, y'all. Tupac Westside sent through another $10 super chat, and he said, also, Damian, I know you haven't seen me in the chat that much. You've been a great addition so far. You stay on point without making things personal.
Mm-hmm.
You might pass Mars as the best panelist soon.
You say you might make the top 3 on panelists of the year voting. Shout out to you, bro.
I appreciate the kind words, but we all make the magic happen up here.
W teamwork.
We know
Australians
just by nature, y'all just not sensitive. Y'all
I wish everybody was like that on the panel, man.
More of
That's
a
good teamwork, bro.
rough and tough people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Swiper.
I like Aussies.
Oh, you played the joke on
Yeah,
me.
man. You're doing a great job, bro.
Speaking of doing a great job,
I
Jonathan
wish more people would do a
Frazier.
great job. I wish more people would do a great job. Man, grow
I
a
agree.
pair and talk direct.
Who are you
showed us-
addressing?
You directly.
Oh,
you.
What did I say?
No more
You know what you
passive
did.
aggressive
Yeah, you know
jabs.
what you did.
No
You know
more
what you
passive aggressive jabs and then playing victim after. I'm not dealing with this no more. Talk straight or don't talk to me. Peace.
Right, love is love. Love is love.
Straight. Like just talk straight or do not talk to me.
I don't know, Ox. That sounds like a crash out to me. That's what that sounds like.
That's not a crash out. Chill.
That's not like a crash out.
That is a boundary. I ain't dealing with this passive aggressive stuff. I already got a girlfriend. I don't need another one.
Because if I said, hey, Ron, no more of this passive aggressive
You
stuff.
don't want
You either
two
say
girlfriends?
something, Ron. If you say
Wow,
something, say
I'm
something to
good
me.
with one. I'm good with
You either
one.
say something, to me,
I'm
Ron, or don't
struggling
say
to get
nothing.
one. You got an opportunity to get two, and you know what? Jonathan Frazier said, I need Swiper on promos. Be having me ready to run through a wall. Ron stinks and is incapable of effectively motivating the troops.
Shout out, man.
L
Yeah,
host.
you need
Get Ron on-
promos.
killing us.
You need
Get Ron.
promos. You need somebody to get the party started. You need somebody to break the huddle down. You need somebody to do the cadence for the team. You always call me. Absolutely 100%. I love doing it. I love doing it. I love doing that kind of stuff.
If you need somebody to get the party started and you need somebody to get the cadence going, who do we not call Swiper?
I don't want to. I don't know. I
Don't
think
call me.
everybody up here
Don't call me.
is good enough to be able to get the party started. It's just the type of party you want.
It's-
You want
it's
more
me.
classical
It's me.
jazz, alternative music.
It's me,
Would you
sure.
like more country? Would you like more, you know what I mean? Merengue, salsa, you know what I mean? You call me, shout out, man. Shout out to the people, man. For real. Shout out to the people, dog.
Get Ron off the floor. He killed.
Well,
Somebody said they
speaking
want
of
me to do
motivation-
a trailer voiceover for Transformers. Shout out. Ron, I'm not gonna lie. When I grew up, I did love that stuff. I did love that stuff, man.
The words
I love
of my
that
man
stuff.
Ox. We
Trailers
was
and all that stuff. Like, imagine doing voiceovers for stuff. I always wanted to do that.
You
Always.
see honest trailers?
Yeah.
You should do that.
I think trailers are fun. If I knew
honest,
how to get
trailers. Honest trailers.
What's
you not-
honest?
No. You haven't seen the trailers that are. You haven't seen honest trailers. They make
Well,
fun of trailers.
They
It's
make
great.
fun of trailers.
Yeah. So he's
I actually did a
okay, yeah.
Raptors honest trailer 2 years ago, and it was damn funny. Damn.
Is that on you?
No, those
honest trailer?
trailers are funny.
Oh,
never
it's
heard
so
of before, but it's funny though.
Yeah. I'll send you a link later.
yeah. Is it basically like a actual review of like movies and shows based on how good they were?
It's not a review. It's just like it's telling you exactly what's actually happening. So like, set in a time that looks like blah 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 blah. But sorry, I'm not explaining it right. We're like
it's a YouTube channel.
It's
Okay.
giving you the actual. You know how trailers are necessarily deceptive in order to sway you into watching it. It gives you the actual truth, featuring some of the worst acting you've ever seen in your life, like that.
Football.
Nah, you know
What if
You
the
know,
truth
rap.
is the movie's just really good?
I love rap.
The
Well-
funny ones though, when they do like the football and or all that, and they like make up what they're really saying. When the quarterback's like yelling or whatever, and they're talking, they make it up. Y'all seen those, right? I know.
By the way, y'all
did.
did you see? And again, we're the best basketball show on the net. So, but TV.
Facts.
Did you see First Things First the other day when Chris Broussard walked on there, beat up in bandages after the Ravens lost to Detroit, and then Kevin Wilds, who I think is one of the best hosts in the world. He used to be a producer. He's a host now for First Things First.
He's good.
And he was talking about like the 6'7" and all that kind of stuff. They were using like all the Gen Z words to describe everything, bro. Like, bro, man, it's just some great people in the business right now, man. Shout out to them, bro. I'm still waiting on the video for me.
I know. Josh Allen. Josh Allen wouldn't have went out like that, Swiper.
Josh Allen.
You need to be worried about bigger things. About
Like
you
what?
maybe going
Josh
out.
Allen went out like that in the playoff last year with a Drake. Whoa. Josh
I'm
Allen
sorry,
had
Swap. I
four.
shouldn't have said that.
He had four straight downs to get a first down to win the game versus the Chiefs at home.
I got it.
But
I gotta
Swipe-
watch
but
my
Swipe-
On
mouth.
all of them and almost threw
Wait,
a pick.
what do I need to
Swiper.
worry about, Ron?
To go to the Super Bowl.
I'm trying to figure out which one of you is about to be the Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson tomorrow in the PCL. Yeah, y'all, we got bigger fish to fry. Tomorrow, I know it says September 27th, it'll host. It is September 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have 2 matchups for the ages. Team Chill versus Team Ox. One of them got to be Lamar Jackson. And Team Swiper versus Team Jordan. One of them got to be Josh Allen and go home early. And I can't wait to see which one of these teams will meet in the championship round at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this is how this works, just in case you've been living under a rock and haven't been paying attention. There's 4 teams comprised of 4 different panelists, and they will each play against each other. The 2 winners will advance to the championship, and whoever wins the championship will then move on to the next round, where the 4 panelists on those teams will each play against each other in a round of 4. And the winner of those semifinals matchups, and the winner of those will advance to play each other for a chance at winning, well, $1,250 and the PCL bragging rights. So we have a lot at stake, and it starts tomorrow, y'all.
I can't wait.
You guys ready
I
for
can't
this?
wait for this. I can't wait for this. Chill. Chill. I hate it had to be you. I'm sorry, brother. I hate it had to be you. I'm so sorry, but my team. And the thing is, it has nothing to do with me. It has all to do with the fact that I got Gifted, I got Hayes, I got Jay. I mean, I got a squad. I got a power squad. We about to run through y'all. I'm sorry. Swiper, and I hope you not next. I hope you go out in the first round, so I don't gotta beat you to smithereens too. It's gonna hurt me more than it hurt y'all.
Hey, brother. Remember we did this the other day. Me and Real talk. Hey, brother. I hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow. I hope.
I wasn't here for that.
I hope you win, brother.
My thing, Swiper, is
I just hope we don't get smoked.
This ain't the regular PCL. You know what I'm saying? Where it's an even playing ground where everybody gets 3-4 days to prepare. It ain't none of that. This is where your hoop knowledge, real hoop knowers will prevail. You know what I'm saying? We boom off the top of the dome. There is none of that. There's no preparation. The playing field is not fair. It's not leveled. I like it this way. I don't play fair anyway, so I like it this way.
It is fair. Everyone's playing by the same rules. It's fair.
In the words,
We are not all created equal. So
In the words of Jack Jenkins from Harlem Nights.
Okay.
In the words of Jack Jenkins from Harlem Nights, Ox, don't take this ass whooping poisonally.
No doubt.
All right, y'all. Deadpool2925 said, my question to Ron is, which point guard in the league is the best fit for this Houston Rockets team?
In the league, period. Steph Curry.
But what they doing right now, to be honest with you, because you guys aren't sold on it, so instead we're going to probably have to move on. Drew Holiday.
Honestly,
they meant as a Van Fleet replacement, by the way.
I think it's Emmanuel Quickly or De'Aaron Fox. It's one of those 2.
Of course he does, Moss. Absolutely. Who else?
You said De'Aaron Fox?
When I look at it, and I think about it this way, so they can't really make a big move like until Denver. I mean December, right? So I'm thinking about when the Cleveland Cavaliers go into December and they're like the 4th seed in the East.
Why can't they make a big move until December?
That's what y'all told me. Y'all told me that they couldn't
Guys,
make
they
no
signed
trades.
on eligible to be moved until December 15th, I think. But I just read Twitter.
But
I don't pay attention to.
That's just what y'all told. That's just what y'all told me. Now,
who does that apply to? That just applies to
Dorian Finney-Smith. I think Jabari Smith.
Okay, so that's further
the guys they can move Atari Eason, Reed Shepard, those.
Well, that's further to my point. So like I said, you can't do anything until December anyway, right? So when December comes around and Cleveland's like the 4th seed in the East, and they realize, we could use some of those wings that they got down there in Houston, and they can take Darius Garland. Yeah, Mars.
Give us Lonzo, man.
No. Lonzo, stay where you at. They need Lonzo. Over there.
Yeah.
We need
But
Lonzo.
Lonzo is the reason why Darius is going to be able to go to Houston for some of those wings they got.
Right.
I'd rather have Lonzo.
Chill. You told me about all the teams that they beat without Fred VanVleet. I want to tell you some of the teams they lost to. They lost to the OKC Thunder. They lost to the Indiana Pacers. They lost to the Utah Jazz. They lost to the Warriors. They lost to the Mavericks. They lost to the Timberwolves. They lost to the Nets. They lost to the Knicks. They lost to the Kings. Okay. So again, cherry picking 3 or 4 games that they won against good teams does not defeat the fact that Fred VanVleet is very valuable. And also they were 11-11 with him. 11-11 is on pace for a 41-41 season. They would have missed the playoffs without Fred VanVleet if that pace had kept up. Okay. So those are not good teams that they just lost to. They lost to a lot of bad
A
teams.
500 team that adds Kevin Durant.
A 500 team that adds Kevin Durant and hold on. A 500 team that adds Kevin Durant and loses Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks is probably barely above 500. Okay.
Nah, he values Jalen Green. Okay.
Yo, to answer that super chat,
Cam Whitmore.
I'm with Chill. I think Drew Holiday, and also too, Kobe White. Maybe.
Man, just address the elephant in the room, man. Everyone knows the answer is Ben Simmons. Come on. Get Ben Simmons back in the NBA.
There you go.
Terrible idea.
All right, y'all. Dave,
can they just waive somebody and stretch them? Can they just waive one player, stretch out the contract, and get a minimum?
Pin, I think Davo in the super chat wants to waive somebody. Hey. I don't know about the stretching part, but I think he wants to waive somebody.
Mars.
He said, go ahead, Swipe.
I was just gonna tell you, Kyle Lowry just got signed to Amazon or NBA on Prime. He still has a contract in the NBA. So
isn't that a conflict of interest?
Oh. That's right. He does still have a contract.
Well, I think. Ron,
are they circumventing the salary cap?
Did Andre do that at the end of his career?
Iguodala?
Yeah, was he Tom Brady?
I don't know.
He showed up on NBA on TNT occasionally.
I mean, CJ McCollum does that.
Draymond does that.
CJ does do it. CJ does it. That's true.
Draymond does
when he's not actively playing, right? When he's like his team's out.
Is it?
No. CJ does it during the year.
Yeah, CJ.
I'm pretty sure.
On there a lot.
I'm pretty
sure. You guys might I don't watch enough TV.
Yeah, CJ's on there a lot. CJ's on there a lot.
Draymond did it last year too. But isn't Kyle Lowry injured?
Draymond did it too. That's right.
He's old.
He's like 40.
I guess it's not that rare. Okay.
I know Eric Gordon was injured last year. I don't know if Kyle Lowry's injured. I don't keep up.
I could have sworn Kyle Lowry.
Only Philly injuries I'm keeping up with is Joel Embiid.
You said the Amazon. It's Amazon Prime. Who is
Amazon Prime? NBA.
Once again,
I didn't see. Wait.
Paul George.
I didn't see Kyle Lowry delivering no packages.
Somebody said that because you know what? It's Draymond and CJ. They all got contracts with TNT and with ESPN. So. But they're not team See, that's the thing though. They're not team contracts. So you can sign outside. But the issue is Steve Ballmer had to do. That's all he had to do. Hey, Kawhi, can you make a public appearance on First Take once a week? Oh, yeah, well, we won by 15. I made shots and Zubac balled. $10 million an episode. That's all they had to do.
That's it. Steve Ballmer.
That's what I tell y'all. Don't trust billionaires. Billionaires, they will rob you blind.
Trees. Now we mad that he wanted to plant some trees. Okay.
Right, that's crazy. What I'm saying. He's trying to make the world a better place for our kids and our kids' kids. He's trying to make the world. He's trying to leave the world better than he found.
Get the hell out of here!
Y'all want to?
I don't know what the hell is happening right now.
That's crazy.
We judging Kawhi.
We're trying to save the planet. Chill, we're trying to save the planet that y'all ruined.
Okay, that's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. He just had to get on the microphone.
I'm trying to save the planet.
Well, Stephen A. makes a joke, and it was $10 million a week. That's all he had to do. Instead, he wanted to be Ox and low manage on. Wait, hold on, Ox. How you low manage the season and you low manage climate change?
No,
he did plant the trees.
That's crazy. He planted. I seen pictures of him planting trees.
I seen a picture.
No, see, wait a second. Swipe.
That was at his house.
No, it was not. It doesn't matter. Wait, that doesn't matter either.
Growing on this earth because of Kawhi. He did his job.
Thank you, Morris. No, chill.
Kawhi in his backyard.
Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard, the gardener, brought the tree out in his backyard. Kawhi watched him put it in the ground.
No,
the gardener did it. And
That's
then he
okay.
took the dirt.
Kawhi
took the
Kawhi
It's
paid
the
him to do it,
fault
Swiper.
going by Kawhi Leonard.
Wait, Swiper. Look. What I'm trying to say is Kawhi paid him to do it, so it's the same thing. But Swiper, you need to look to your right. It's chill. Your generation, y'all want to drive them big ass SUVs all around and all that. Y'all are ruining the planet. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard is trying to save the planet for our kids and our kids' kids. And y'all want to demonize him? I think it's wrong.
Low managing.
Wait,
Hold on, Ox. Ox.
Sniper, is this dude out of his mind?
Look,
Sitting here
Ox,
listening to
you're
this?
still a
I am
fan.
going to help. Stop.
Here, Ox, can you testify for the world? You're on. You're in front of the Supreme Court. You're in front of the Supreme Court. You support Kawhi Leonard even though he was load managing climate change.
I'm in the Matrix right now.
I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I wasn't even there.
This is unbelievable. Like this dude wasn't planting trees for a fee. It wasn't like he was volunteering his time. He was doing
$28 million tree. A $28 million tree.
What the hell is happening? Am I losing my mind right now?
How much would you be willing to pay to breathe?
These don't
breathe.
Questions per
Yeah, that's what the tree is allowing you to do.
No. Hey, wait.
That's fine.
No, hold on. Oh, no. Let's be fair. You got to offset, Mars. Do the math. You got to offset the carbon that he's putting out with his private plane, with his Benz Sprinter, his Mercedes Sprinter, which costs $8,000. And by the way, Kawhi ain't driving in LA. Sure, you know how much traffic LA got? I'm sitting in a Sprinter. And it better be started and warm, and I gotta drink by the time I get in the car.
You don't know what Kawhi does. Yeah, you don't know what Kawhi does.
I know
that's what Kawhi's doing.
I know what he. What
Kawhi's doing is planting.
I know what he.
Kawhi was in the hallway. Has his own. This was reported years ago. He has his own training room. Ox, he's a prima donna. He has his own training room, separate from the players. Got his own stuff.
How that
he is a regular dude. Kawhi is actually pretty frigging thrifty, yo. He's cheap as hell.
Man, no, I'm not believing this.
Yes,
I know the report.
He is frugal
and by the way, so Ox, so he's climate change with the Sprint. Look at me. Climate change with the private plane. What else he got? He probably got like a matter of fact. How many homes does he own?
How many trees do you plant in Swiper?
In my life? A lot for free.
Not as many as Kawhi.
For free.
Not as many as Kawhi.
You ain't planting more trees than me.
Swiper, if you're good at everything, never
do 28 million. You plant a lot more trees, Swiper. I bet you.
I got a green thumb. I done planted so many.
Matter of fact,
me and Kawhi locked in.
Hey, guess what? Hey, Ron. Matter of fact, all the seeds I done planted have been for free.
No, that's not true.
All the seeds I done laid have been for free.
Actually, you know what? Harvest time coming in about a month and a half, Mars. Better pull up.
Last I checked.
Better pull up.
And Kawhi will replenish.
I wish somebody would pay me to drop off some seeds. Just call my number.
Link in bio.
There's certain banks where you can do that.
Yo, Real Talk was right. He did. Yeah. He was soft launching our OnlyFans account.
All right, y'all. I'm getting back to these super chats.
We're planting trees.
He used to before he got into Ben Sprinter. I don't know if you guys remember this, but he used to take a helicopter until a tragedy happened. So he stopped doing that.
Kawhi
Leonard. Yes, sir. He used to do that. So. I mean, we talk about being frugal. I mean, I'd like to think that helicopters don't cost the same as cabs. So let's chill out on that.
So,
facts.
I think they don't. Worried about what Kawhi
doing. He had a sponsorship from a wing company. I think it was a wing stop or something like that. He lost his coupons and nearly lost his mind. He had them all replaced.
You over here doing too much, man. He's a millionaire and he acts like a millionaire. And we know he acts like a millionaire.
Yeah, he's a millionaire. And all he had to do,
he's
not just a millionaire. He's a multi-millionaire.
I'm tired of Ox. All he had to do was get on First Take. $20 million.
You don't like millionaires?
That's all he had to do.
Swiper, you don't like millionaires?
What do you mean I don't like millionaires? I ain't got no problem with millionaires.
Okay. Fellas,
but you don't like
we getting back to these super
I'm
chats,
gonna be one of them. That's why I appreciate.
Swiper is a millionaire himself, so how dare you?
Talks.
Davo said Penn's like that annoying character on a reality show that everyone hates and wants to vote off. But once gone, the show gets boring. Penn brings views. Is that what you do, Penn? You run the views up? Are you must-see TV? Oh, we're boring now.
He logged off to see if the ratings would go down.
I know one thing.
Yeah.
Pen is absolutely necessary.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Just like, you know what else is necessary in the world, Ox? Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes actually, they hold the check and balance system together for like the world population. So a lot of
I don't like what you're insinuating, swiping. I'm not going to take part
mosquitoes are necessary to the world. They're 100% necessary.
They are. I believe you.
They feed billions of animals in the world. Yeah, I mean, they're necessary. No matter how the chat might feel about different people, I'm necessary. Ox is necessary. Chill's necessary. Mars, everybody, we're all necessary. Shut up.
I just hope that you wouldn't compare me to a mosquito. Maybe more like a lion. You know,
a lion. But there's fewer lions. Don't do anything to help the environment though. There's not enough of them anymore.
They absolutely do.
There's not enough of them
anymore. There are certain countries where lions are thriving.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're trying to get the numbers back up because of poachers. And by the way, L poachers that go after lions.
Oh, good one, Sliper. L poachers.
You know, lions.
Don't buy anything made with ivory. Don't buy anything made with anything
crazy.
Like poaching is ridiculous. But I believe in Tanzania. Tanzania
Tanzania is one of them. Mm-hmm.
I believe
India has a lot of tigers. Yeah,
I believe lions are thriving.
But the thing is, environmentalists will tell you, lions lay around for 18 to 20 hours a day, y'all. They're literally the easiest thing to go after.
Male lions.
They don't do anything. No, they sleep though. It's hot. They sleep. No, all they do is lounge.
They're absolutely doing the presence of the male lion is protecting all the other
laying lions. Down, doing this.
Yes, they're.
The yap that these two have been getting off today is ridiculous. God damn.
I'm not gonna lie, I was enjoying the educational.
I was too.
Listen,
I watched the documentary that said something different, but I was enjoying the education.
I didn't necessarily just kick them off the screen because they were yapping, because that's normal. I more so got them up out of here because I gotta tell you guys about a place that's much better than where the lions lay. A place where the whales reside, and that's on Splashsports. If you want to make a splash into your bank account, if you want to make a splash with your basketball knowledge, if you want to make a splash in the faces of everybody that don't got as much basketball knowledge and IQ as you, this is where you do it because you compete against other fans. You don't compete against the house. Now, I'm going to tell you guys about a new game that they got called Quick Picks, and here's why it's fire. Because Quick Picks, after you choose your players, and you go more or less on their player projections, you have fair matchmaking. So you are competing against other people, not against the house. You also have more strategy, which means you have a diverse range of lines that you can use with multiple ways to outsmart other players. So once again, you have better odds because you don't have to have the perfect card. You have to just choose more correct picks than the other people that are in your group, and you win cash against those people. And if multiple players both get the same amount of picks right, and you guys tie for the top spot, well, then you just split the prize. So once again, new users, when they use code PLAYER, they will get a deposit match of up to $50, and they will get a 100% boost on their free entry. You can see the banner below. There, it says click the link in the bio, like you guys like to do. Build your quick picks, and then let's see who really knows ball. Download Splashsports and get to it right here, right now. Also, this is how I'm rocking today. I believe you guys can piggyback off of this and make it happen too.
The views did go down by about 150. I came back to see if they come back.
Shout out Jackson Dart. We going less.
Are you trying to measure your warp?
I was trying to measure my warp, yeah.
Jordan Addison, we going more. Jared Goff, we going less. Lad McConkey, we going more. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Let me know if you tailing this, or let me know if you swiping this. All right, we'll catch y'all later.
I've only heard of Jared Goff.
Lad McConkey. He's not been having the greatest start to the year. Quentin Johnson has popped off this season. But he's still a really good receiver.
All right, I got another super chat from Davo. Davo says Shaq and Barkley versus Steph and Dame. 2-on-2, only 15 to 22-foot jumpers count. No dunks, no threes, or layups. Who wins? Does Shaq just rebound his bricks till they go in?
I got Shaq and Barkley.
Don't think Shaq would miss.
Especially against those two.
15 to 22-foot jumpers?
Don't think Shaq would miss.
What if we replaced Dame with Jordan to make it a little bit more fair?
So
no, that's
15
such
to
a-
22-foot jumpers. You guys
Like, why would we like? I'm good on that. I mean, I know it's a super chat, but that's like saying, yo, Usain Bolt runs against I don't know, Flojo, but Usain Bolt shoes got to be untied in order for him to run, and Flojo gets a 20-yard start. Give me a break.
I still got Bolt.
No.
Yaya Jallo said, Swiper, what you think about Caleb so far this season? And do you like football or basketball more?
Caleb played really well last weekend. 4 tutties, 3 tutties, I think.
Yes, sir.
Very efficient game, too. Like, he looked really good. Like, my first love was football. My first love ever was Michigan football. That was my first sports shirt I ever owned. I think I was like 3 years old. Jordan was the most impactful athlete of my life as a child. That's tough, though. So if I could have played, if I was as good as I was in football as I was in basketball, meaning play D1 and be like a captain and try out for the pros and all that, I absolutely would play basketball. I mean, first off, basketball is safer. You know what I mean? Like, it has longevity after. You know, you can play
What do you
overseas.
like watching, Swiper?
If you could play 4 years in either pro sport, which would you have played?
Basketball. Oh, my gosh. My knees and your back and your head. Oh, basketball. No question.
You
I've
can't
always
say
said
knees
that.
with basketball, though.
I've always said
And the
No,
fact
but I'm
that
saying
just a
it's
sport, yeah.
it's just
you're
much
like-
safer.
Were
Yeah.
you a point guard though?
Nah, I was a tweener. I was like a 2-3.
So it's 6.
I just never had the. I
Jello
never had.
Ball. He was Jello Ball.
Yeah, I never had the point guard skills of like you know.
So at
be able to do that.
6'1" as a pro
Right.
basketball.
I was just a great
player.
athlete. I was just a really good athlete. So I could do both. Yeah. I was never one of those kind of players.
What I always say to
You
football
Gary
players-
Payton II. Okay, got you.
Yeah, basically.
What I always say to football players is, girls, the reason why you play basketball, girls can't see your face with that thing on your head.
That's another
You
reason.
gotta
That's
worry about
another
that in
thing too. They know the number though.
It didn't
Yeah,
stop Tom Brady
they know
from
who
pulling
they know
Giselle,
who the
bro.
quarterback is.
It
so
didn't
they'll be
stop
right.
Tom Brady from pulling Giselle. But then again,
That
know,
didn't work out.
Well,
we
it took
got
20 years, man.
we got.
Ron, did they
Marvin
read your
Yards
name
pulling
off when you
Adrian
make a
Lima,
basket?
so-
Yeah.
They did? Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you were really good, like the most tackle I ever had in high school was 21 in a playoff game. So
Damn.
you didn't hear your name a whole lot.
That's why.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sideline to sideline. My
Yeah,
dude
that's a
is
lot.
out here.
That's a
Yeah,
lot, yeah.
almost every
That was the
play.
record at the time, but it's definitely got broken since then. But yeah, so for
Damn.
sure, like that's the only time you hear your name. That's it.
What's more impressive, Tom Brady pulling Giselle or Marco Yarch pulling Adriana Lima?
Marco Yards pulling Adriana Lima.
Shout outs to Serbia, bro. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. Shout outs to
Okay,
Adriana
so
Lima.
Mars, think about Taylor Swift. Think about Taylor Swift at the time when Tom Brady bagged Giselle. She was the Taylor Swift of models. Like, she was at the top. It wasn't a baddest chick in the world in her, and she got bagged by a football player.
And then she cheated on him with her.
Nah, that's not what happened.
No, it isn't what happened though. But
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
she was
man,
at the.
we
Brady's
spread
supposed to
He was-
come.
And by the way, Mars, he was already seeing a chick. Her name was Bridget Moynihan, who was also a babe.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
so Tom
he was-
Brady
he
just
was-
like that. Okay.
Brady was
yeah,
married. He was
Eddie.
married prior to Giselle. And matter of fact, her brother played in the league somewhere, and then he left her. They had one child, and then he got with Giselle, and then Giselle. A lot of this is what Ken was so dumb, not dumb, whatever.
Oh, I'm
Sorry,
learning
Tom.
so much about
What
Tom
was
Brady's
so
love life.
I don't know why Tom didn't do it. Giselle is into witchcraft. I don't know if people know this. Yes, it's very
Well, I'm
common
not
knowledge.
TMZ, so I don't know. This.
Extremely
know that.
common football knowledge. So when
Oh,
Tom didn't go home, Giselle, because she had already put up with 20 years. All she said, come home. Tom came back for that last year after. Remember, he retired. The Adam Schefter tweet went out. He retired. 2 months later, came back. And Giselle was like, I'm done. I've waited 20 years. And then, mind you, Mars, she makes more money than Brady does. So it's not like she's just at home, just doing whatever. So she divorced him. Then she finally moved on. Tom went to go do whatever. But yeah, she has some religious background and some witchcraft, which is a whole other part of the conversation of the stuff with Tom and everything else.
You seen that graph about like the better looking they are, the crazier they are?
Nah, I don't always think that's true.
I do. Some of the
It's
biggest problems that I've
holy
some of the
shit,
biggest problems
bro.
that I've ever had have been with some of the most beautiful.
I'm not gonna
women.
lie to y'all,
But the women
I
look
think
really
I think part
attractive.
of that equation is that you don't bother to get to know the ugly people to know how crazy they are because you don't care to get to know them.
No, I
Which
think part. I think part of
which
it
I don't
is
agree
the
with
fact
that
that when
neither.
you're very attractive,
I think that's part of it. But
Mars, when you're a very attractive young woman, you don't actually you're not held to the same standards that everybody else is. Let's
Yeah,
just be real.
but then
Okay?
again,
Obviously,
No,
people are willing
you're
to
not
let
held.
go.
People are willing
Obviously.
to let shit go. So when people let shit go, I mean, when your looks go a little bit. you
But
just
in
see
my
prices.
personal experience, though, the baddest ones that I've met, there's never been the issue. The ones that I've had the biggest issue with are the ones that like are the biggest fish in a small pond type rip. If that makes sense, not super
The ones
exposed.
that I've had the biggest issue with are some of the most drop dead gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life.
Facts. They're crazy,
That's
right?
I don't never have no issues. I always have peaceful relationships. It's always ends amicably. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So maybe the problem is y'all. Maybe y'all.
Yeah, maybe you just peaceful.
Oh, I 100% identified. I don't have a problem, Ox. I 100% I am. Yes. Yes, 100%. I will throw a monkey wrench in what we doing.
All my exes love me,
Yes,
and
I
I love
will.
all my
Yes.
exes, and they all love me.
She'll be like, who's the best big on the Cleveland Cavaliers? She'd be like, Jared Allen. He'd be like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I'm out.
done.
Goodbye.
I'm done.
Lose my number. Don't
Ox,
call me.
I've never developed that skill to be in a deep situation and then to be able to maintain that after. Because when we done, that means I typically left and that person is extremely upset about it.
The thing is, Swiper, you gotta be cool because you need good references. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need them to speak well about you. I always tell I told my little brother that all the way going through, like, man, just be nice. Like, don't.
But you can be loving and respectful,
you already
but they
let us
still
know.
will
But
drag
it's
your name through the dirt.
It's
You already
like
let us know about your game.
Don't ever let them take advantage of you, but just be, lead with love, be kind.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? To Mars's point, treat the less attractive girls just the same way you would treat the very attractive girls, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the less attractive girls, when you're young, they grow up and be tall. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just be.
But I feel like the type of women I've messed with though, they're usually so like big on like commitment and romance that when it ends, it's like the world has like kind of blown up, and so when you walk away, they have no like. It's like I can't do it. I can't look at you.
You know what it is, though, Swipe. I always say it's better to have loved and lost than have never loved at all. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? That makes you who you are, man. Just
I done had some moments where I'm listening to all R&B for months.
Boom! Because there's some heartbreak that I've had in my life that I would 100% say if I could go back and do that over again, I would have definitely walked by your ass.
You needed that though, Chill. You needed that.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Okay,
I did not need that in my life. No, I didn't. Hell no.
Chill, you don't talk to any of them anymore.
No.
But Chill, but it's been years for Chill. Chill, like he got
but Chill's famous now.
And not because I hate you,
That's
or
true.
not because I hate you or we hate each other. It's not anything like that. It's just that life goes on, and we grown now, and we've moved on to other
Chill's
things.
exes are like 100 of our views every day.
So
that's like 100
that's
views
why,
per day.
I don't think they know how to use
Chill,
the internet.
Damn, Mars. Chill. The thing about it is what I always say too, and I was saying this the other day. It's kind of like when you kind to all of them, you treat them all good. It's gives you more options. Like, see me, Chill. I see a group of friends, and I'm like, I don't want that one. I'm trying to run through the whole damn crew.
That's the game.
For those reasons, I've done that before. A gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gentleman to all of them.
He's
using
the word of mouth.
And Pin, you never ever talk to the prettiest one first.
What is going on Chill with Chill?
See, I've been doing it wrong the whole time because I always
don't
talk to the prettiest one first. I always talk to the prettiest one first
and show her the attention.
Because my view is if you're losing in your own group, you're not winning with me. So you got to be the winner in your group. Then we're gonna, we can create winner babies.
You approach this analytically too. Damn.
I absolutely. If you got the
go
lowest
calculator in hand,
I go up with the calculator and be like, yo, if you got the lowest VORP in your group, if you the butt of the joke in your group, you
Chill.
got no chance with me.
when we were in Florida, the one that because whatever my situation, let's just ignore that. The one that I said liked you. She was pretty strong in her group.
She was a babe. Yes, she was.
She was pretty strong in her group. And she was
she
was younger too. So
she was a babe.
Y'all be like consoling them when they got insecurities.
Of course, I think you always deal with grace with people.
Like when she be like, "Oh, does this dress make me look fat?" You be like, "No."
K dot in the chat.
Huh? What'd you say?
What'd you say?
I think you should always have grace with people's insecurities.
Why don't you do that with people up here?
I do all the time.
Swiper.
What insecurity? No.
Because first of all, Swiper's got more of an emotional attachment to those than he does to us.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I talk to y'all more than I talk to them.
Not? Okay.
But I don't know insecurities y'all have. Like Penn has an insecurity maybe about like I don't know he does the scar. So I would but remember I have a hearing. I've been wearing hearing aids since I was like a child. So like those used to be big insecurities.
I'm dealing with my scar. No, but I actually this is the thing. I don't deal well with women with insecurities. So I actually just if
human beings, Penn.
No, I understand that. But like to me, it's like anything you're not facing, you gotta face it. So I'm gonna make you face it. So if you tell me like, does this dress make me look fat? I'll be like, I don't know, take it off and see if you're still fat. Like that kind of thing. Like I mean,
I like that one, Penn. I'm taking that.
I mean, that's not a terrible answer. It's like if you was fat before you put it on, you're still going to be fat. You know what I'm saying?
But do they ask that? Do they ask that anymore, Ron? Do women ask that?
Like this is well, I mean,
women don't ask Ron anything. I'm trying to tell you, if the women don't ask Ron anything, because I'm gonna tell you right now, his answer is not going to be what she. Swiping. Never mind.
K dot in the chat just said, to answer your question, K dot, yes, I have fumbled the ball on the goal line in the NFC Championship or the AFC Championship for the go-ahead touchdown plenty of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I have 100%.
No doubt. Kind of like Don did. He made it. Don made it all the way to episode to day 99 and forgot on day 100.
Yes, I have definitely missed a wide open 18-footer to win the NBA Finals. Yes, I have done that.
Hey, sure, I didn't miss wide open layups on the fast break.
Yes, I have. No doubt.
Hey, well, I talk about that game winner that I missed. He might be talking about off the court.
Ron, I didn't walk into the NBA Finals without playing in the regular season, and I've won a championship before. But I definitely have a law. I'm talking about Ron. Don't play in the regular season. Don't play in the playoffs. We're up 20. 5 minutes left and lost. Like it's happened. Oh, when I was younger, it absolutely happened.
I seen Ron just last year. Just this time last year, we did a big party in Bellevue with some like Seahawks players and everything. We did a big party. After the party, we went somewhere else, and I'm talking about Ron had action. I'm talking about big action. I'm talking about saying, Ron, chill. He did not chill. When I tell you, he lost the Super Bowl that night. He see. I said, you got action. He had huge action. She made it known. Chill, and he just fumbled the ball, bro. Fumbled the ball.
I ain't even want her on the team anyways. Hey, Marshall,
see, this the bullshit. See, this the bullshit. This is the bullshit, Ox. That's what I'm talking about.
No, chill. I'm talking about chill. We like with our company, we had a big party. We collaborated with some other like some magazine stuff. There was a bunch of like NFL players there, so they coming out when the NFL players come out, and it's some big time NFL players there. She went that way.
Right there.
To Ron, right there. Damn them NFL niggas. I'm like,
must be a fan of the show.
Nope. Oh, damn, Ron.
Yeah, but the thing is, when we are together and we frequent these areas, yeah, bro, I can't sign up for a team. So, but there are a lot of invites for tryouts. I'll say it that easy. The tryouts are active.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
As you were saying, Ron, I'm so sorry.
Well, I got to chill. Ron's he's gonna need a couple minutes to bounce back from now. I shouldn't have told y'all about that. I shouldn't have brought that up because that was crazy. Chill.
Crazy.
No, hey, listen. Ron,
but Ox, what kind of talent we talking about? Like Thunder? Like the Thunder?
No. Swiper.
If you still listen,
I don't hype. I love all women
too, brother.
I love all women, and I think all women are beautiful. So I don't typically do this where I'm hyping up but no, this was crazy work.
On a scale from 1 to 10, Ox, what was she?
11.
Oh, so she was straight bad.
Crazy. I'm talking about like Coco Jones, bad, crazy.
And she went right to Ron, right there. She went right to Ron. So Ron cheesed up. Ron went to the free throw line. And choked. That's fair.
It was ridiculous. I've never seen this from Ron before. You know.
So Benedict Mather and Mars basically into that game.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes.
And it's not like he froze up or he was like scared to talk or nothing like that. It wasn't that. He just played it wrong. It was weird to me. I never seen.
To answer your question, yes, Leaf. I 100% on the goal line in the NFC Championship to get to the bowl game. And by the way, we 18-0. I've 100% fumbled. Yes, I have. No doubt about it.
Let's blast through these super chats real quick. I know Damien trying to get to sleep. Let's take care of this. Let's get our man to catch some Z's. We'll start with Mr. GQ. He said, of course, Ox has peaceful relationships and breakups. He dates ducks and whales. Ron told us. Whales need love too. Let's see. Actually, referring to a previous super chat swiper, I want to read this from Mr. GQ. He said, Ox made me say it, swiper. Shake my head. You my GOAT.
Made you say
shout out. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's from earlier when he said the Kings are the greatest franchise, and that's
Kings are the greatest franchise. Yeah, DeMontis is better than Jokic. How could I possibly make somebody say something?
Oh no,
Chill
says I made.
Well, technically, if you're the lead of the FCC and you pressure a network that wants to merge, you can make them say whatever you want.
And if you hear something 200 times, you start to think. If you hear something enough, y'all definitely push me on that train. I don't care what you say.
Nah,
y'all
GQ,
definitely
you got to stand on your nuts, GQ. I didn't make you
on the train by himself.
Flo says Mets and Tigers collapse need to be studied.
The thing about the Mets when we collapse, it's not really something that's like unusual. It's more fascinating than it is horrific because I'm so used to it happening and I'm so used to us going to pieces that when we have like a 7-game lead or we got a 3-game lead in the wild card race and we go to pieces, I'm looking at us not going, what are we doing? I'm just amazed by how this is going to pieces. How our middle relief just gives up plays, how our second base, how we can't make plays, how our bats just go dead. And they go dead at a particular time when we need you guys to be alive. And it's just almost like it's on cue. Kind of like James Harden. You know how when we talk up here, when we talk about James Harden in the playoffs, and instead of talking about James Harden being awesome in the playoffs, instead of talking about James Harden just getting busy in the playoffs, we say, when is that game coming? Like, you know it's happening. You know it's coming, and it's the same thing with the Mets. Like, I know it's happening at some point. I just don't know when it's coming. And when it does come, I'm just amazed by it. Like, even though I know it's coming, I'm just amazed by it. Like, here we go. It's going to happen again. And right on cue. Here we are.
At least you ain't the Rockies. 43 wins. Worst franchise in sports.
In baseball, what they play, like 180 games or something?
162
games. Yes.
To win
43 games.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, they're the worst franchise in sports for the last 30 plus years. It's embarrassing. But they sell out every game because it's a beautiful scenery and everything's cheap.
They was just in the World Series. Well, not just in the World Series.
2007, brother. 2007, brother. Mars was what?
Yeah, so almost 20.
What year?
2007.
He was negative 3 years old.
He wasn't born.
No, I was roaming the earth. I wasn't walking the earth, but I was roaming.
Multi Keeney, who was a Hall of Famer. And if you want to be a Hall of Famer, just be like Keeney. Become a Hall of Famer. It's really easy. Multi Keeney says, love that there are many more Hall of Famers. Support creators if you want them to continue to create. Looking forward to the PCL. I will be a fair and impartial judge.
We're counting on it. Multi-counting.
I had no idea the PCL was at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I thought it was just during the panels time.
No. Yeah. No more.
Yeah, that's
Mars,
incorrect.
will you be there, Mars?
I have to be. I'm normally asleep at that time. Yeah. Well, no, I will be there in some capacity, but I'm normally asleep at those times. So now I have to sacrifice.
Is back-to-back matchups still 7 and 7:30? Correct. Ox.
Yeah. So it's three. It's three. So we got 7, 7:30, and 8.
What's the third?
Because the winner plays the winner, right?
No.
That's this week.
No, I think that's the next one.
No, that's how the graphic. Y'all don't be playing this one when Ron pull up the graphic.
Right. He said the championship is at 8 o'clock.
Huh?
What? No. Here, I'm pulling it up right here.
That's not the graphic that we saw earlier. The graphic that we saw earlier is we go and then the championship round is at 8 o'clock.
Championship round at 8 p.m. See?
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So
we'll swipe it. Y'all.
Damn.
You don't gotta worry about it, Swipe. You don't gotta worry about it. You're not gonna be there.
Of course he does. He's the favorite. You don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to.
You haven't seen the Vegas betting odds.
So it's whoever wins yesterday. But then what's okay?
Yeah,
I just hope everyone appreciates my dedication to be there.
You know what, Swipe. You know how it is. So tomorrow we'll just determine what team makes it.
Then it's individual next week, and then
the rest is all individual, I guess.
This is just the team stuff that we're doing right now.
So one night of team.
So you
rounds?
guys only have to work together for an hour. Okay,
That's amazing.
I think you guys can put your differences aside for an hour.
That's just what it looks like to me. I'm not sure.
I was really banking on this Jailblazer saga to play out over a multi-week, episodic way. I feel like 1 hour, y'all can actually hold it together for 1 hour. Unless Jokic comes up.
Bandit SPS. That better be the GOAT jersey, Ron. WL host.
Who's the GOAT?
King Griffey Jr., the best pure baseball player in the last 40 years.
What the hell? What does a pure baseball player mean?
Meaning no injections, no drugs, just elite all-time great
No-
hitter,
no
all-time.
Can do
nonsense.
everything.
Pure.
I believe he
nonsense
was
with
talking about Ichiro.
One of the best hitters of all time.
Yes. Ichiro's a damn good hitter. He wasn't better than Griffey, though.
He's technically the greatest hitter of all time, if you include Japan stats. But
Yeah,
you know.
Ichiro, the GOAT. The GOAT. Field Boy 7. AJ Mitchell from the Thunder gonna shock people.
He looked good.
Shock people how? How is he going to shock people? Like when you say he's going to shock people, like shock people in what way?
People
Like what are we?
Another goods player. Oh my god, it's so
Like
unfair.
what are we? Like when you like what I'm
Like
saying is
rotation?
okay. So he's 6'5", 200 pounds. Okay, they got a bunch of 6'4" and 6'5" guys over there with the Oklahoma City Thunder. When you say shock people, what do you mean? Like, is he going to shock me by averaging like 15 and 5? Is he going to shock me by knocking
gonna
down
average like
open?
9.
Right. So how is that shocking me?
But
Like,
it's
I'm
gonna
not
be a
like,
good
wow.
9. It's gonna be a good 9.
Because I already think that AJ is a good player. Like there's plenty of people who know how good the Oklahoma City Thunder are. I mean, how is he going to blow me away? Like, oh shit, I didn't know he could do that.
Ron, bro. We had 3 hours and 2 of us didn't even get to mention our breakout candidates. So I'm gonna do it
Go ahead.
right
Go
now.
ahead, Pete. Go ahead. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, by the way.
Oh,
By the way.
God. 20 minutes.
Go ahead, Pete.
No, Aaron Neesmith. Wait, well, no. Andrew Nemhard and Chet Holmgren. Those are the 2 guys. I think they could have
Which is
really
which?
big-
Breakout and MIP.
Chet would be the breakout, and Andrew Nemhard would be the MIP. I think if the Pacers are very successful with him, because you do get a lot of defense, you change the style of play. Pascal takes more of a load offensively. I think he's going to get a lot of credit for it. I think Rick Carlisle is going to get a lot of credit for it. And with Chet, I just think, the injury really set him back last year, but he was on pace to win Defensive Player of the Year the first little bit that he played. So, if he comes out and he looks good, they love to give it to these guys who haven't quite made an all-star team. Like I look at guys like Brandon Ingram. I look at guys like that. And I'm like, yeah, but he already won it. I look at someone like Siakam. He could go up to 26, 27 points per game, but he's already won it. I don't think you win it twice. Can't be most improved twice, right? So
Yeah.
I look at a guy like Chet and I look at Andrew Nemhard and I'm like, those two.
How could you be most improved twice, Miles? The only way you could be most improved twice is to be
If
like
you
the league
improve the
MVP.
most 2 times.
Logically,
Yeah, so-
you're right, but
Yeah, but
in theory, it's never happened. I don't think it's ever happened.
It's
I don't
never
think
happens, but
I think
I think-
I
the
mean,
problem with that,
personally, if that could happen, here's what I would do. I'd be an all-star. Then the next year, I just take it off so I can win MIP the next year, and then I'll be like the first 4-time most improved player.
I don't think it should work that way. But
the
I do
problem
think
is though, the problem with the award is the spirit of the award is judged wrong. The award is sometimes, hey, this is a lottery guy that's gotten injured, and then he's fulfilling his upside now a little bit and coming into his own, and we're going to hand him the most improved. I don't think the spirit of the award should be like that. The spirit of the award should be genuinely a guy that's improved the most, maybe a role player that stepped up, maybe a first-time All-Star. I think that should be more of the spirit of the award. I want to go back to when the Bobby Simmons and the Aaron Brooks were winning. I think I was okay with Dyson Daniels last year, but I just think that the spirit of the award's not judged correctly.
I think a lottery pick can
Who
improve
should have won it
the
last
NBA
year for you?
I was okay with Dyson Daniels.
Oh, what about the year before?
Year before
Who did
Dyson
win it? Tyrese
was...
Maxey?
Yes. And
Yeah.
Kobe White was actually the
Kobe White was
definition.
mine. I think Kobe White
was the
mine.
definition of most
I
improved.
think Kobe White.
Yeah.
Considering what Kobe White had done. I mean, his scoring average went up like almost.
But these are
10.
guys that are supposed to be... Like, there was chatter last year that Cade Cunningham was going to win it. Like, will Victor Wembanyama win it this year? Because he's going to average something stupid, right?
And see, that's
Like,
where
it
Mars
shouldn't-
has an issue.
Oh, so
Like
you're
guys,
saying-
Well, no, if
the
Wemby
top 5 picks can't win it?
improves the most in the NBA, I think he should win.
Yeah,
it. I just
but
don't-
here's the thing: if Jarris
that's-
Walker, who was a top 10 pick, if he blossoms next year and averages like 14 points per game, he should absolutely be in the running. Just because he was a top 8 pick doesn't mean anything. And the reason I say that is because we've seen so many top 5 picks be horrible. We've seen Sheldon Williams, we've seen Josh Jackson, we've seen Anthony Bennett, we've seen Marvin Bagley, we've seen a lot of these guys fail, right? So I don't think look, here's how I see it. As a draft analyst, as someone who studies the draft every year, to me, where you're drafted is just how somebody felt about you that day. That's it. That's all it is. Someone felt about you that day. And that day is it is that day, Mars. On that day, this is how we felt about you, because let's just be real. There's a lot of players who walk into the draft cycle. Look at Carter Bryant last year.
I think Dallas had Cooper Flag from the moment they won the draft.
Yeah. I got you. But it doesn't change the fact that on that day, they agreed that he was the first overall pick. But look at Paolo, right? Paolo, Chet, Jabari. That was up until like that day. Even, someone like, I don't know, Giannis, right? Like there were 2 or 3 teams really, really knew who he was, and everybody else was kind of like whatever. But I guarantee you, when they saw him in summer league, shit changed real fast, right? So I think it's a long chart. Your development is like from 13 when we first see you in grade 7 all the way till you're 25, 26 years old, and we see who you are. And your draft day between the age of 18 and 21, 22 is just a little dot. And that's where you were that day. But to me, it's like, what if the jump comes in your rookie season and you're Malcolm Brogdon? Right?
Can we see Zachary?
Tyrese Evans?
Can we see Ricochet possibly in the most improved?
No,
like
because second year players never win it. So that to me, I rule out all second year.
Ja won in second year.
Ja won in year 3. Ja won in year 3.
Bane, and then Bane should have won that year. Bane was what, year 4?
I swear someone's won it in year 2, but maybe I'm wrong.
The reason that the second year players never win it is because there is an assumption that your rookie year is an adjustment year, and your second year is supposed to be a jump, right? So yeah, I think you probably, most players who win it are between years 3 and 6.
Yeah. For sure. Well, those was good picks, Pin. We're gonna keep it moving and knock out these super chats. Let's see who we got next. Trent says, shout out. Oh, salute to the panel. Appreciate that, Trent. Appreciate that. Salute to the press box.
Shout out.
I think it's interesting that
Gavin
press.
Sorry for taking so long on that, Ox. I just wanted to make sure that we don't get out of
Kevin Johnson,
I wanted to make sure we didn't get out of here at 2:00, because every time we get out of here at 2:00, people start throwing strays at Ron. So I just wanted to protect.
Ron deserves some strays.
To protect our host.
You didn't get to get your text off, so it don't
Damien
matter.
didn't get to take his.
Ronnie
didn't get his pick off.
Damien, you got yours too, Damien?
New people.
I got breakout, but I don't think we've done most improved.
We don't.
Not everybody, but you can say who you had real quick if you want to.
I think Chill and I were the same with Giddy, but we've spoken about Giddy previously, so it's fine. No problem.
Yeah. Shout out Josh Giddey. I can see that. I'm high on Josh Giddey as well. Shout out to your super chat, Max. Appreciate you, brother.
Max, if you send $100, how about this, Max? You seem to want to tell me.
Yeah, I didn't read it for a reason, Pin. I didn't read it for a reason.
I'm letting him know because he writes it every single day. So I'm making a deal with Max. Okay, this is a contract between Max and I. So every super chat that you say, Pen, shut up, I will agree to shut up for 1 second for 10 seconds for every dollar you spam. So if you send $100, you get 10 minutes of silence from me. Cool? Do it.
10 minutes.
I don't think that's how it works because it's 60 seconds in a minute.
That's true.
But it's okay. W math.
Hey, W intellectual.
So Suleiman? Y'all get the point. Suleiman. Usain Bolt versus Joey Chestnut. Both have to first eat a whole hot dog, then run a 100-meter sprint. Who wins?
Bruh, you saying one hot dog ain't nothing? One hot dog, one glizzy?
I don't know those because
he could eat a glizzy and win the gold.
How
Right
big
there.
though? Like, are we talking about like a Chicago
We're talking
Frank?
about a standard size glizz. You know what I'm saying? Like
How big? What is that? 5 inches? Yeah. Of
I don't
course.
know.
Mm.
But wait, but I'm saying though, Joey Chestnut is like, he's gone. Like I think Hussein got to take 2 or 3 bites. You know what I'm saying? So I got Joey winning that. Honestly, I do.
But you could do that though, Ox.
I can't eat no glizzy this fast as Joey Chestnut. That's crazy. And they dip that shit in water.
You can put it away
disgusting,
fast
bro. That's
though.
so nasty. Like,
That shit is so nasty.
Ugh.
Wait,
You know,
a hot dog's
there's
nasty?
there's nothing worse to me than soggy bread. I hate soggy
No.
bread.
Well, why would it have to be soggy? Like at that point, you can
So
just.
that's how they do it. They dip it in the water. You know how they dip it in and eat it? It's nasty, bro. I hate that shit. I don't want to think about it, Swiper. I got a weak stomach, bro. I'll throw up or something. I can't think about
Don't
it.
do that, yo.
Man, 5 inches
All
is
right.
nothing. Like,
Okay, let me correct my math. $100
Yo,
equals 30 minutes of
Swiper,
silence.
relax, bro. You
Do
know
it.
you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Ox, who was your real quick before you read that super chat? Ox, who was your most improved player this season?
Most improved. I really wasn't sure about. I just did breakout.
Who's your breakout guy this season? Ox?
Breakout. Now I wanted to say Luka Doncic because I got Luka this year. I got Luka, but that's unfair. So I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine had a really slept-on season last year. He was shooting the ball very well. I think Doug Christie is gonna kind of bring us back to the initial offense we were running a couple seasons ago. And I think Dennis Schroeder is gonna be getting the ball to Zach. I think DeMontis is gonna be getting those dribble hands off to Zach. I got Zach LaVine. I think he averaged 23, 24 last season. I can see that going up to 20, 28.
If 30,
a
if 34,
good 28.
What about Mikal Bridges?
I can see that.
Because less Brunson ball, more Mike Brown, more
And
touches
he loves
from Mikal.
I think he loves OG and Mikal Bridges. I do. I think he loves those guys.
Who doesn't? Great dudes.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let me see. We only got 2 left. One from Joe Breezy. Salute the whole panel. Salute the chat and salute the whole Hall of Fame gang. Question: who are the top 5 Trailblazers of all time? Ooh, everybody want one?
Oh,
Okay,
Bill
we all get one, and it has to be different. Chill, you go first. Oh, okay. Mars got Bill Walton. My bad. Mars got Bill Walton.
Clyde.
Damon Stoudemire.
Clyde. Damn.
Throwing one away on
Come on, Swiper,
Damon
be
is
for real.
crazy. I'm
You could have did Terry Porter if you was going to Damon Stoudemire.
I'm gonna go with Rashid. I hope someone picks Clyde.
Oh no, Damon already picked Clyde.
Cool. Clyde, Rashid.
Damian Lillard.
Obviously, Damon
Of course.
Lillard, yeah. Who you got, Chill?
So we got Drex, we got Damian Lillard, we got who else?
Clyde
Bill
Drexler.
Walton.
Clyde,
Bill
Rashid.
Walton.
And then
Arvidas Sabonis.
Buck
LaMarcus
Williams.
Aldridge.
Buck Williams. Okay. Yeah, shout out LA. Shout out LA.
Marcus Aldridge.
7 people have won most improved player in year 2.
Marcus Aldridge over Arvidas Sabonis. Come on, man. Scottie Pippen.
I knew year 2 players were winning that award.
But yeah, Scottie Pippen. I mean, yeah,
He's
Arvidas
still
Sabonis,
solid as hell for like 3-4 years.
that was the other side of Sabonis. We didn't get to see that Sabonis.
He played
we
from
got
95.
Yeah,
95 to like
2001. 2001. But
He played
after
until like
2000.
2003.
After 2000, he wasn't what he used to be. No.
Yeah.
I don't
Chill,
think
he wasn't who he was supposed to.
Yeah, after like
who he used to be.
1990, he wasn't who he used to be, apparently.
1980s, like
Yeah.
85. He wasn't who he was.
That's why I'm gonna say Buck Williams.
Yeah, okay. With the final super chat of the day, we got one from Deadpool2925. Who would win in a 1v1? Chill or Mars?
I think I
let
can
you
take
choose
Mars.
specifically.
I think I can
what?
take Mars.
In what?
Considering my old
This is a
age
basketball
and
show, Pin.
my knees ain't really as good as
Basketball?
they used to be, but I still think I could take. I think I can handle.
Now,
Mars.
if we make it fair, right? This is what will be fair. We're not gonna play 1-on-1 for obvious reasons.
We're not. Let's get to the bottom
But-
of it right now.
We do a 3-point shootout. First to make 10 threes on 2K, and then in real life, wins. I got me. I don't know what to tell you. I got me. I think I'm winning.
I think you smoked me in 2K, Mars. I'm not even going.
Yeah, and I
No,
think
you
I
gotta-
make
you
those
gotta-
10 threes on 2K so fast that I'm gonna be able to get down 10 threes in real life. I think I'm gonna.
I think you smoked me. In 2K, I don't even.
You gotta
I don't
do
even think
both, though. You gotta
Mars,
do both.
Mars,
You gotta
are you-
hit it
I
on
just
2K,
think I'm
then
gonna
you
give
gotta get
myself
up,
enough.
get
I
onto
think
the
I'm gonna give
court.
myself enough of a head start to where I can make the 10 threes in real life before Chills makes.
Mars, are you
Wait a
really
minute,
that
who
good at
you
2K?
using in 2K though? Who are you using in 2K though? Steph?
No, you can't use Steph. That's cheating. You gotta use like
Lillard?
no, you gotta use someone like mid.
Scotty Barnes?
No, like
Who can
who's
make
a
like
mid-
10
who's a-
threes
who's
with
a
Scotty Barnes?
mid
Joe will be
three-point
there for
shooter?
like 5 years.
Like you gotta use like
Quickly.
Isaac
Austin
Okoro.
Reeves.
You gotta use like Isaac Okoro or something.
Oh,
Down
bullshit,
10
Okay.
man.
Mars, are you really that good at 2K, Mars?
I can shoot. I can make 10 threes. I can do that.
All right.
10 threes.
Mm.
Well, that's the end of the show, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We will be back with Chill in about 2 hours. Y'all don't be late. And we'll see y'all tomorrow on the panel, and then after the panel tomorrow evening. Y'all please do not miss. The PCL is back. Season 3, King of the Court. Check y'all later. Peace.
Later.
Christmas.
Peace, yo.
Bye.